Oh, everyone, I am Tacit, and welcome to the final day of two things. Well, one being, of course, campaign. We just covered a campaign video if you didn't already check it out, where we just went over mostly the useless mythic, but more usefully the weapon we ended up getting, that ruby macaw, or whatever it's called, that one monkey. But anyways, that thing. So we just covered a video on that, but yeah, today's the last day to finish up the campaign, so if you paid into it or just want to get the other loots, definitely make sure to do so. There's honestly still plenty of time, even in just like the, 6-7 hours remaining. You could do almost the entirety of the campaign in that time. It only takes like half an hour a week, and you'd have to do that for 10 things, so it's technically possible to do the whole campaign before this thing ends. But yeah, if you haven't already finished it out, definitely make sure to do so. Even on the free side, you get quite a bit of good loot. Aside from that, yeah, last day of the Vault event weekend. Of course, we get these about once every month now. We already have another one the last week of this month, basically Halloween weekend, I believe it was. Yeah, Halloween weekend, like right around that time. Like the weekend right before Halloween. But yeah, we have another one right around the corner, as we do pretty much every month now. However, still a really good time to farm them, and we still have about 7 hours left, and we'll be utilizing that time. Our goal, of course, as per usual, is to hit 300 Volkies. Counting Pity, and probably counting Epics, might as well. Luckily, I was able to get all the verses today. Actually, I didn't even need to grind as much today. I grinded like 1/3 the total amount that I did yesterday and got more than triple. I grinded for 1/3 of the time, yet somehow tripled. So we somehow got like 9 times more verses today than we did yesterday, relative to time spent. It was kind of insane. But yeah, I already hit 6 by like, I want to say 10 a.m. Like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I already had all 6 of these. It was insane. Whereas yesterday, I think we got 1 or 2 across like the entire day. But yeah, halfway through the day, I already had all of them, so it was kind of chill. But yeah, we got pretty lucky on it. I did slow down quite a bit after that. But as far as getting those, it was pretty easy. Anyways, so yeah, let's go over all the weekly spoilers. For whatever reason, Gems of War website does not seem to be working that well right now. I'm not sure if we'll be able to redeem codes today or how that's going to work. But for now, let's go over everything on Terran's World instead of seeing the official post, as we kind of had to do in the past. So no official post today, as the current Gems of War website's a little bit hard to get into, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect us handing out redeem codes, but hopefully those redeem codes will be usable. If not, hold on to them and try using them in like an hour after the fact. But I don't know, who knows, maybe their website will be fixed in like half an hour or something. But right now, like for example, if I go to gemsofwar.com, let's see if it actually lets us in. Let's see. gemsofwar.com. So if we go over here, oh wait, is it just gonna let me in now? Wait, why is it being so weird earlier? Never mind, scratch that. Well, here, we'll go over this. Never mind. Why is it working so well now? I just did this like minutes ago, and it's like, nope, doesn't want to load. Now I do it while we're streaming, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll load instantly now. Never mind, well, scratch that. Anyways, so, official post. Thing we have next week. We have a Hellcrag event week. Glory Troop will be this guy. Elemental Construct is pretty much everything from his kingdom, particularly Construct. 11 mana cost brown green. Explodes 3 good gargoyle gems, and then gains a bunch of attack and armor. If this was like an under Spire or Underworld kind of troop, it'd be okay. Outside of that context, I don't really see it being used much. Does have nature link into itself, does have stone. It just has better options around what you can end up ultimately doing. Doesn't gain that much overall mana. And while that effect of gaining durability while gaining attack is good in theory, there's just way better options out there that can end up doing it. Most notably, even on his own color, from a different faction too. What was that one guy called? 1 second, I know who he is, I just don't remember his thing. Wild something. He's basically just weaker version of, in every possible way, of Wild, I'll get it in a second. I know exactly who he is the second I see him. This one, Wild Knight. But yeah, he just explodes a gem, then gains a bunch of life and attack, which is better than armor. Boosted by green gem destroyed, and he gains barrier. And he has score reduction. And he has Hunter's Mark. So, yeah, this is basically a way stronger version of, the troop we're getting tomorrow. So there isn't really any need to use the troop we're getting tomorrow, essentially. The only benefit the other one really has over this guy is, I guess, his 1 green link, which isn't really much, of course. Anyways, aside from that, we're also getting a Event Key Legend, a Dragon Construct, which, oddly enough, there aren't that many Dragon... Is this only Dragon Construct in the game? It might be. But this will be available in the Event Key drop table. We haven't actually gotten an Event Key Legend in a very long time. We used to get one almost every single month. That's consistently as Mythics, but still like almost every month. And gosh, it has been a good, God, how long? I want to say 2 or 3 months since we got the last one. I feel like we only get like 4 to 6 per year these days. Whereas it almost used to be like a monthly occurrence. And I think it's only like the third one we got all year. But anyways, yeah, an event key drop table. He deals damage to all enemies, as you'd expect from a dragon, and then creates a mix of 5 good and bad gargoyle gems. That's interesting. No extra turn potentials holding it back quite a bit, though. But as long as the enemy isn't able to use those gargoyle gems, you can kind of get some value from that. Oh, I just saw Reflect. What's his final ability? Give Reflect to a random ally when matching brown gems. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm not sure you'd really incorporate that into much of a team, though. But that's not horrible. I just feel like it could be on a better troop than what this does. The lack of extra turn potential is the main thing holding it back. Also, that base damage looks really low. It could just be because these things have lower magic when they show it on these little post things. But, oh no, the damage seems low. Is that based on half his magic? I don't know. Actually, there's an easy way to check. I'm pretty sure it's his full value. It just looks really low on the website because it doesn't have, like, you know, all the kingdom boosts and everything. Yeah, it just, okay, that's normal damage. This is magic +2. That's still pretty low, but, you know, it's standard low, not like low. It's not like half his magic +2 or something. But yeah, that's kind of standard. But yeah, the fact that this has 0 extra turn potential is the biggest issue there. If you actually get to utilize these, that's great. But the problem is the enemy has, you know, will get the first turn. So they might end up getting the value from it, and then, you know, this thing just becomes useless. But, I don't know, it's okay. If you were building, like, a really heavy brown dragon team, I could see him maybe being incorporated. But beyond that, I don't think it's going to get used. It doesn't seem like it'll get used much, if at all. Anyways, we have a ward event. Ward event in... Oh, wow, we haven't had a ward event in a while. But yeah, it's going to be one of those 15-set ward events where you have 3 battles, 5 battles, and 6. So you don't get to the full set until 31 battles. So you have to prioritize the... basically, just don't take Ward Rock is the easiest way to go about this. However, the first 15 battles will be up against these 3. Then the next 15, the 16, the 30th fight will be up against those 5. And then, therefore, if you just do it rarity order, and eventually you'll just be stuck with Wardocs. So yeah, you'll somewhat need to remember what these 4 are to some degree. But as long as you just don't take Wardrock, unless you're forced to, you should be fine as far as getting max score. And just take rarity order, so whenever you see Wardbreaker, take it. Whenever you see the Legends, take it. Whenever you see the Epics, take it. And just ignore the ultra rare Wardrock thingy. Okay. Anything else we need to know about the points? What's this one? As battles against that one. Wait, which one are these? The Vothernax, the Meritron. These are just the highest 3, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, it's just rarity order. Rarity order and don't take Wardrock. Pretty straightforward. It's just in that weird 15-15-15 format thing that they sometimes do for Ward event. But that's that. Anyways, of course, I haven't coded event calendar yet. We'll be doing that tomorrow, but I'll be going over all that. Most notable thing is just a quick recap on it before we go do the video. But main thing to note, Halloween event starts on the 23rd. Like everything Halloween related, we're getting that week. It also means we're probably getting a patch either most likely on this date, the 18th. Not confirmed, but 11th or 18th, probably the 18th. Oh, sorry, wrong day. Probably the 17th, I mean. Either the 10th or the 17th, with 17th being the more likely date. We're probably getting some kind of patch. What on earth will do, I have no clue. But they tend to do that before the Halloween event a lot of times. It tends to be a pretty smaller patch, but we're likely getting a patch nonetheless. And whatever on earth to do, who knows? We'll find out then. Anyways, other things we have going on this week. I'm not sure why I'm going through it here. We're literally just on the calendar, but might as well. Okay, so World Event we already went over. Faction is going to, of course, be for Obsidian Depths related to it. We're getting the Stone Thing, which I believe is just the whatever this is called, Hellcrag's Kingdom Pet. Oh, no, never mind. It's just Gem Mastery for green. That's not even the Hellcrag one. It's a Hellcrag pet, but it's not the Hellcrag pet, if that makes sense. It's a pet from Hellcrag, but it's not the Hellcrag boost pet. Then we have the class event for Geomancer, which is okay. You only really use it when you're using a pure construct team. Basically, if you're using Chalcedony, you need to be using Geomancer. But beyond those kind of teams, you basically never use it, as it's pretty much a Chalcedony only team. You know, like 4 times construct. Like, unless you're building a 4 times construct team, you're not using it. It's very similar to Mech Hero class in that regard. Like, the only time you ever use Mech Hero class is because you're doing a 4 times Mech team. It's not like Titan, where you use it even if you're not using other giants. Both Geomancer and Mech, you pretty much only use if corresponding to their typing for the 50% mana start thing. And then, of course, that Friday, we're going to be having some Bounty Hunter, which, compared to other events, gem values these days is not the greatest for overall value, but even if you're just doing the free battles, you get quite a bit from it. And, of course, if you still want to do the whole thing, which we will still do, you get a maxed out troop from it, plus for a Kingdom Star, which is actually for a pretty good one, too. It's for Zolkari. Wait. Is Zolkari 30 star? Wait, that might be the most relevant thing happening all next week. Wait. Hold all the waits. What star level is Zolkari right now? Zolkari. Oh, no, I don't think it's becoming 30 star. Boo. It's closer, though. Wait, where is Zolkari in all this mess? I cannot see it. It should be so easy to see a word that starts with Z that isn't Zhejian. No, it's only 27. I'll bring it to 28. Boo. But it's one step closer, if nothing else. It'll become 28 star on Friday next week. But nope, still needs 2 more before it goes all the way to 30. Unfortunate. I didn't even think about that. Oh, no. I was gonna say, how high is the other one? Duh. The other one should have almost none. Hellcrack should be one of the lowest ones in the game. Yeah, Hellcrack will go to 16 next week. Those are ways to go. Also, Volpacia! Wait, Volpacia is that low? You're gonna see these numbers, it's like, oh, 30, 30, 30, 28, 27, 26, 25. And then you see some other ones, like, oh, those are kind of low. 9! Poor Volpacia. I forgot that place is like nothing. Wow. It doesn't even have a blue star yet. Now, I'm not even talking about the higher blue star. I'm talking like the darker blue star. That's so funny. I didn't even realize Volpacia had that few. Wow. No wonder why I keep forgetting Volpacia exists. It literally just has Todd, and that's like the whole kingdom. It's one troop. It says there's more than one troop, but there's technically only one troop in the whole kingdom. And it really looks like that with a power level of 9. Wow. I forgot that thing was so low. But anyways, that's pretty much all that's happening next week. Bit of a tamer week. But hey, one more step for Zolkari becoming a 30 star. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. We shall get all the way there. Anyways, so as far as what we're doing this stream, as you guys know, still Vault event, and our main goal is to hit 300 Volkies. So this stream is not ending until we do so. And yeah, start getting on that. I have all the Paloozas we need to go and get ourselves 300. So let's start and crack them open. Before we do, let me go say hello to everyone. And then we'll start up the timer and get things rolling. Hello, Bill. Hello, Imperial. Hello, yeah. Hello, Mr. Z. Hello, Easy Breezy. Hello, Genki. Let's see. Hello, Imperial. Hello, hello, Tyrion. Hello, Cookie. Try that link. Oh, was some links just not working? I didn't even think about that. Maybe I went there a different way this time and it actually worked. Maybe just some ways that you get there right now is just not working because some of the pages are broken. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Kikolia. Hello, hello, Chad. Hello, Mr. Z. Hello, Jamie. Hello, everyone else. Welcome. It'll be max starred on the 11th. I mean, on 27th of November, I mean. Ooh. That's before the end this year. It's gonna be nice. It's 2 permanent magic. Wait, let me click on it. There we go. Yeah, that's a permanent magic kingdom. Do we have enough greens to max it out right now? Because I should before we even get there, if I do. No, I'm not gonna have enough. That's 10. Wait. We are so close, though. Because every 50 is 1. I am only 1 deed book away from a permanent magic off of Zolkari. Because we know for sure we're doing this one. It's not like purple where I have to speculate, even though I already have enough resources for it. It's not like purple where we have to be like, oh, do we want to do this or not? Because we don't know which one's going to get 30 star necessarily first. But it doesn't matter for Zolkari. Also, hello, Isabel. Welcome. So yeah, I'm only 41 green deeds away from a permanent magic on Zolkari. And then whenever it finally gets to 30 star, apparently late November, we'll get an extra magic from it. But the first magic, we just claim early. Because we don't need it to be 30 starable for us to claim this magic here. I just need the deeds for it, which we're pretty much there. I just need to find one way to get a green deed book without spending writs, because I want to save the writs purely for purple. But yeah, we do need one more, because that will be 10, and that's 17 then. That's so unfortunate. We're so close yet so far. But one more green deed book and we'll get there. Oh, also, we're about to gain a level 2. And, well, most level up bonuses aren't too relevant. This one actually is. We get gems. We get like 250 gems. It's a nice little bit. Obviously, we'll use that in like seconds. But with how much gems I've used on all the merchants, we're actually down to 19,000. Those merchants just suck up all of your gems. Like, that number is going to go up a lot once we actually go use over Vault keys. But gosh, they consume so much. But anyways, let's start opening some Paloozas. Let's get into it. Start opening them up because we have 6 to go open this stream. And we will need to do all 6 of them in order to have enough to actually start, get into our 300 number. Start with 1. It's going to take at least 2 hours, because it's going to take an hour and a half to do them. We still have to go clear out the other dailies, all that good stuff. So we're going to be streaming for about 2 hours today. Maybe like 2.5, depends how things go. That's the game plan. And it won't stop until we hit the 300 mark. Which honestly should be pretty easy to do, because we don't need to worry about any kind of luck-based mechanic. We already have all the Paloozas, so it's a matter of just using them rather than any amount of luck. Of course, I guess we could kind of hope that our Paloozas are a little bit luckier. But even with average luck, or even slightly below average luck, that's still enough to reach 300. So we're pretty much set. Well, that's the game plan. And we'll hand out a few redeem codes again tonight, as we have been. Also, I finally got my other computer working since the YouTube update yesterday. I have no clue what it did, but I had to go try to find where on earth my password was. And apparently I found a way to make autofill work for it. So I still need to go, like, reset my password later because I completely forget what it is. But I found a way to make autofill work for it again. It took a little bit to figure out how to troubleshoot it, but it's back to normal. Yeah, YouTube always breaks something when they do an update. I'm not even sure everything that the update did. The only thing I visibly saw that they changed is there's a way to, like, automatically set ads so it keeps happening between your stream. Like, I can set it to happen, like, once every 30 minutes or 6 seconds. Or 6 minutes, I mean. 6 seconds, could you imagine? I haven't actually enabled it yet because I feel like it would get way too annoying if we had an ad, like, literally... The smallest interval, I think, was, like, 30 minutes. So that means during the stream we'd have, like, 6 ads. One at the beginning, one every 30 minutes, and then one at the end. Of course, we have one at the beginning and end. It's pretty standard. But I feel like it would get really annoying having a ton in between. And last I saw, I think the lowest option is like 30 minutes. And you can have it set it as low as like 6 minutes, which is kind of insane. Could you imagine? 10 ads an hour? We'd make a decent amount of money from that, but I don't think anyone would stay around for a stream with an ad that frequent. Like, there'd almost be more ad time than stream time at that point. If you had one literally every 6 minutes. Because I know when Genki accidentally had it open earlier, because I was laying down on the bed doing something else, like, you know, multitasking with the Gems of War thing with one phone. On the other phone, surfing the web while watching TV, while watching Genki, so I was, like, multitasking, like, 4 or 5 things. Also eating. But in doing that, like, an ad came up on her thing, because she had the mid-roll ad thing still on, and it played a 15-second ad into a 3.5-minute ad, which means it basically did 4 minutes of ads that if you couldn't click the skip button on would be unskippable. They were skippable, but because I was, like, not near the computer, they were kind of unskippable in a sense. It was like 4 minutes of ads. So if you had that on a 6-minute interval, you would literally have a higher ratio of ads than not ads. Kind of insane. They added that feature because YouTube wants more money. Though, of course, we also get more money if we were to ever enable it. I don't think I ever would, though. It sounds like it would get way too annoying. They do have a way to, like, manually insert ads that they've had for years now. I still, like, barely ever click the button. Like, if we ever go in bathroom break, I could just, like, click an ad button or something. It's just realistically, unless you have, like, hundreds of thousands of viewers, you would get, like, so little money every time you click it. To the point where it's pretty much not even worth clicking. You never watch on mobile and or PC, you don't have any ads. Ad block for the win. I've actually been watching YouTube occasionally on TV lately. Also because the screen is so much bigger. Oh, you didn't activate it, added it on itself? Really? That's weird, because by default, mine was off to begin with. I saw it there and saw that was enabler, or enableable. But, for there... Oh, you know why? Oh, I think I might know why. I always grab my stream from the previous stream. Like, whenever I set up a stream, it copies the settings of the previous stream. So you might have set up a stream manually, setting up everything then. So maybe it defaulted that way. Yeah, I forgot about that. Whenever I set up a stream, I set it to the default previous stream settings. So that's probably why it didn't auto-set for me. I didn't think about that. That would make sense. Ads? What are those? You have YouTube Premium. That does actually pay out ad revenue, oddly enough, for whatever channels you watch. I'm not sure exactly how that system works. But I still technically get ad revenue from people who have YouTube Premium. Not people who use ad block, but people who have YouTube Premium, I still like it. But it's very, very small amount of ad revenue from. I'm not sure exactly how that system works, but some percentage of the cost per month goes to the people you actually watch every month. Okay, we'll take that one over. I personally never signed up for YouTube Premium. I don't feel like I would use YouTube enough to, like, get my value's worth from it. I know we stream on and everything every single day, but it's not like it makes your stream has higher priority or anything. It's more so for the viewing experience, not the other way around. I never tried YouTube Premium. Because what it does, it lets you, like, I think it lets you download videos that are alternative ways to do that already. So you can watch them offline. It's ad-free viewing without needing an ad blocker. Plus the people who you watch still get paid as if you didn't have ad blocker on. But you still don't get any ads, so it's a win both ways. What else does it do? I don't know, does it do anything else? I think there's some premium content you can end up getting. Like some people have like YouTube Premium locked videos. Some like the bigger YouTubers or something. Not sure exactly how that works. And like a few actually, wasn't that for YouTube Red though? Was YouTube Premium and YouTube Red the same thing? Or whatever that other thing was called? Or did they just rename it to a different thing? Because didn't they have something else that was called something else? Didn't they have like 2 different subscriptions, or did they just consolidate them both into one? Because I could have sworn they had some kind of other feature that had other features. Not sure how to explain it. Or whatever it was. I don't keep track with anything they ever do. If someone with YouTube Premium downloads the stream, it counts as giving credit as if they watched the whole time. Interesting. I knew they had some kind of feature like that. And I can see whenever on the ad revenue breakdown too, like all the people from Red or from Premium, whatever it's called. Didn't they change the name? I could have sworn it used to be called something different. Kind of like how Twitter used to have like Twitter Blue, and now it's called, well, I don't even know now that they're called X. What is their premium even called now? It's one of those like kind of things where you just keep changing what it's called, even though it still basically offers you the same thing. Also, I still can't believe Twitter renamed himself to X. Does anyone even still call them X? I'm pretty sure everyone still refers to Twitter as Twitter. You call it Twix? Twitter X, Twix. Hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, honestly, we did pretty good this Vault weekend. Above average on epics. Really good overall angels. Particularly on Friday. We hit some really insane angel luck on Friday. Last 2 days been a bit more average, though. And today we hit really good on verse 3s. Like, if I actually farmed the whole day, because I kind of got lazy once we had enough to do it all. I stopped farming nearly as much. But, when the getting up to 6 Paloozas took us less time than... I don't know, what's the comparison to that? But yeah, it was basically a 9 times ratio. Like, it took us a third the time to get 3 times as many as yesterday. Is basically what it came down to. So we were basically 9 times quicker at finding our verse 3s today than we were yesterday. Which is kind of insane. Like, I wish that was the default rate. Who knows, maybe it is and I just keep getting unlucky. We got really lucky today. 9 times quicker at finding our verse 3s than yesterday. And I even got to a back-to-back verse 3 as well. Like, I found a verse 3 in a fight, and then the next fight was also verse 3. Do you guys like the that one word I'm not capable of saying team? Oh no, he's been pretty good. We just covered a video on it before the stream. Just going over everything with campaign 15, and of course that was mostly that new weapon. But I've been enjoying it. I'm not sure how much I'll really be using it, to be honest, though. Like, it's a really good weapon, but it's a really good weapon that, compared to what an average mythic can do, I just don't feel like I would utilize it too much. Like, I'd rather just almost, like, double up on Tesla rather than use that weapon. A macaque? That sounds about right. The problem is when I see that word, the second syllable definitely wants to be a different word. It's one of the reasons I try not to say it. Is there are multiple ways to mispronounce it, and one very obvious way you can mispronounce it. Oh, well, how sensitive YouTube's picking up thing is, it's probably best we just call it the Ruby. Yeah, it's going to be a decently meta weapon. But it's going to be one of those meta things I probably won't use that often. True damage teams have a lot of purpose. But they do score a little bit less points in some modes. But with that being said, I probably will use it next Guild War. Which, actually, isn't next Guild War almost next week? I think I'll double check, because we do need to start stalling our EXP before then. I don't think it's next week, but the following week after, which means I actually need to start stalling our EXPs by Wednesday then. If that's the case. Because I am going to be stacking 7, or technically 8 EXPs into Wednesday again, just like how we did last Vault weekend. I mean, not last Vault weekend, I mean last Guild War week, I mean. We're going to stall 8 EXP boosters and then use them all in one day. But to do that properly, we need to make sure we start stalling them in time. Which I believe is next week. Not next week for Guild War, but next week when we need to start stalling them. Because we're going to do that going into every Guild War going forward. Unless they eventually patch it, but I'm pretty sure that's a feature rather than a bug or an oversight. I feel like they would have changed it by now if it was a not intended. Hey, will we get a gem for every single one? Probably not. Because we have other gem-based weapons and we never really got an option for all of them. The only exception to that were all of the gem golems. So we got 6 different gemmed golems that all create 5 giant colored gems when they get hit by the skull, or 3 giant colored gems, wherever it was. But, yeah, they created one for each of those, like Topaz, Ruby, Sapphire, so on and so forth. Topaz 1 does yellow, red, blue, you know, so on and so forth. One for every color. So they did do all the gem types for that. However, most of the other things that have a gem type, like the Ruby Staff and a few other things like that, they never bothered getting one for every single color. It was just kind of a one-off weapon. And I have a feeling this one will be a one-off weapon because it's in that, like, mythic category. But you never know. Maybe we'll get an inverse color version of it, if nothing else. I don't think we're going to get 6 versions of it, but there's a good chance we're going to get 2 versions of it. Kind of like how we got Dawnbringer and Dustbringer. So is there a chance we get an inverse color of it? It probably won't be a Ruby one, though. Because opposite of Ruby would kind of be Sapphire, and it already covers blue, so it probably wouldn't be that. Because if I ever got an inverse version, it would have to be, what, green, yellow, and purple? Yeah, green, yellow, purple would be the inverse. I don't know, what gemstone would match that best? Amethyst? It would have to be like some kind of amethyst weapon or something. If they're going to name it after a gemstone. Because there is a chance they do that. Where how we eventually got an inverse Dawnbringer as Dustbringer, we're probably going to potentially get an inverse of that one. Well, we'll find out in time. Because those don't come that often. They're normally upwards of a year apart. The last one we got was Dustbringer, and as I mentioned earlier, the last time we got that was like Season 4 or 5 of Gems of War. That was like a year and a half ago. That was, yeah, not last year, but the year before that at the beginning of the year. So it was quite literally a year and a half ago. It was like January or February of 2 years ago. That's a year and a half ago. So they don't come that often. Like a little over a year between each one. I'm just going to stall on this one. We're not going to get anything good here because they're all pretty bad gnomes, but there's no way we're going to be able to get into a next battle in time. Give it a few extra seconds just in case, and we're good to go. Alright, what do we got here? We got a Volky. That doesn't get multiplied at all. At least we high rolled the souls, and then low rolled the souls. Actually, that is technically his higher roll, but you know what I mean. There we go. We high rolled the guy that actually gives souls. Nice. All right. Well, let's go add our numbers together. Let's go get the number in there. So that's 8 Paloozas. How many epics are we at? We are at... Ooh, nice. 3 of them. I don't think I got any off stream, so that should have all been from the Palooza we just did. And our vault keys. Oh, we did bad on vault keys, though. No, come on. That's the main thing we're trying to look for. Well, maybe not the main thing, but you know what I mean. Oh, that was one of our worst vault keys this weekend so far for actual just standard vault keys. Ouch. But we got another 5, and we should be fine with that. Because we're counting pity, of course, and by the time we get all that pitting in there, we should be good to go. Because it's going to be like, what, 40-ish pity? 40-ish pity into that. Plus, if we get at least 20 per each of these, boom, 300. Should be fine. Let's go grab this. Oh, yeah, we gained a level. Oh, wait, did we gain a level? We gained a level. You know what we could go do? Let's talk about this earlier. We can go buy, or not buy, but claim the gems. So if we go over here, we got 250 gems to go claim here. Collect. And, oh, and 7 exalted keys. I didn't even grab my keys from earlier. All right, well, there we go. I don't know, should we use them? Should we save them? I have no clue. I guess we'll start saving them. Because honestly, is there really any reason to open them? Like, the amount of loot we're getting is so little, but honestly, what are we saving them for the next, like, troop cycle? It's not like there's going to be a single troop there I need, even if they do. So, honestly, I think we should just open them, but, well, I'll just leave them sit there for a little while. I don't think they're going to ever do anything with them. But, I don't know, there's not much of a benefit to opening, not much of a benefit to not opening, so, I don't know, I guess we'll leave them unopened for now. And there we go, 250 gems. And next we get a few exalted keys and some dragonite. And some keys, and some cursor, and then some keys, and a deed, and some keys, and a vault key, then some key. Is keys every other one? Yeah, it is. I didn't even notice that till literally just now. Keys are literally every other option. The exalted keys. Anyways, oh, so I need to go complete all adventure board apparently today. Maybe we'll do that now. What do we even have on adventure board today? Anything good? We got gems, curse runes, and curse runes. What a mix. We'll do that in a little bit. I don't need to do it right now. Let's go run another Palooza. We'll go hand out a code. Let's go run another Palooza. And if we get lucky enough, that should bring us to 200 vault keys as well. Though we technically are already at 200 counting pity. But let's go do another one. Then we'll go hand out a code, and maybe we'll go clear out a couple of the dailies. Spread out the dailies a little. There's a few things we need to finish. Actually, speaking of which, are we done with Journey? We are. Thank you, Guild. There we go. We get to claim the last of Journey event. And got nothing from it. Though we are starting to stack up a bit of shiny keys. We currently have 50 shiny chests. Ooh, though you can't open 50 at a time. You can only open 5 at a time. Also, they didn't fix this glitch with all these looking sideways. It's kind of funny. But yeah, 50 shiny keys. That's actually a pretty decent amount. That's actually so many that if we save this for the next time a good troop comes around that we really want to upgrade, we actually can get it for free rather than for 10 bucks. Which we might consider doing. It will RNG the accumulation of it, but I am pretty sure we will be able to do it for free rather than having to spend 10 bucks on it, which I would much prefer doing if we could. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm probably going to be waiting until we get the yellow journey troop, which actually might be this month. I might need to go check Terran World to see if it is. But anyways, let's go around to Palooza. Let's double check on chat. Let's see. Oh, so hello, Henry. Welcome, welcome. Wait, what did Imperial mention? I didn't see the comment on it. On level 93 on Death Knight. Your last hero class to get to 100? Nice! Huge congrats. Yeah, that means you'll probably have it by sometime next week then. Or pretty soon, anyways. Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah, honestly, that feels like one of the best things ever in Gems of War. There's a lot of pretty good feelings once you fully finish something. I would say one of the best grinds to have finished in Gems of War is the all-hero class grind to level 100. I would say it's probably like the best overall feeling in the game. Because then you can actually use hero classes. Like, yes, you could use hero classes prior. But at that point, you no longer need to worry about, oh, I need to go, like, slap a hero onto this team because I need EXP. Or constantly worry about, like, chipping up your EXP slowly over time. Like, you can actually use hero classes like how they're intended to be used. Because I don't always do that in a lot of videos, like try to force hero class into them anymore, just because we've been maxed for so long on that. But it's definitely something you have to consider as you're progressing through the entire game. Like a way to just shove your hero on every team so you get class XP until they're all maxed. But then when they're actually maxed, you can just simply use hero classes for what they're made for, which is, you know, when they're actually viable in a team. But yeah, I would say out of every grind, it even feels better than when you like finally get like all troops or something. Like it's probably the best feeling in the game is just finally being able to have all the hero classes max. Because then you can use them as intended. And not need to worry about shoving them on every team. And when you do use them on a team, you can always just use whatever the most optimal hero class is, rather than whatever one you need XP for. Obviously, you can do that prior, but whenever you're doing it prior, that's matches that you're not getting any class XP. If you're already using like a level 100 class when you have things that still need to be maxed. But when they're all maxed, you don't need to worry about it. Can I do the troop name like that? Why do you always want me to say it like that? Is this something weird? Because you always mention that one. Angel has been trolling you. You've been declining the prize. Wait. You've been declining the prize on principle. Oh, why that? 250 souls in the coin purse. Oh, gosh. Honestly, I haven't gotten a single bad angel this weekend. I think the worst one I saw was like 10 curse run or something. Which I guess is technically bad, but pretty much every angel we had was pretty solid this weekend. I haven't gotten any of the super troll ones, like a coin bag and a lamp or something. Hello, Chris! Hope all's been well. Welcome, welcome. We're just finishing up our vault grinds. We already have all the Paloozas to do so. It's more so just a matter of using them. And we're handing out a code after this one. We have 4.5 to go. And then we'll be hitting our goal of 300 vault keys. Which has pretty much been our standard goal for vault events these days. I'm not sure if we're ever going to go for 1,000 again. Now that we're getting it every single month, I might never go for 1,000 again, to be honest. 300 is just a lot more relaxing. It's still a grind, but it's a really obtainable grind. It's not anything too high, it's not too low. It's like a nice middle ground. And it also means we're getting at least 300 vault keys a month then, with how frequent vault events are now. Which is still a pretty solid number to go for. Over the course of the year, that's 3,600 vault keys. Plus all the epics we get along the way as well. Because a lot of times we go for 300 physical vault keys, which doesn't include epics. I think last time we did include epics, so this time around we're not going to need to include epics to still get there. Because on top of that, we're normally getting like 30-something epics as well. Like 20, 30-something epic vault keys on top of the 300 normal. Hello, it's YouTube Flames. Welcome, welcome. Despite starting super late, you managed to get 400 vault keys this weekend? Nice. Gosh, how much grind did you do today that you're starting super late and got 400 in a single day? Oh, you already have some Paloozas, though, don't you? Because I don't think you have to, from scratch, grind any of them. Because I always forget about that. Because if you already have the Paloozas, you can get them super, super quick. Kind of like how we're doing this stream. Like, this stream, we're going to get, like, 200 vault keys in, like, 2 hours. But, that doesn't count all the time that we spent grinding for the Paloozas. So if you just look at the stream, it's like, oh, we're getting like over 100 vault keys an hour. But, you know, if you break it down based on how much we had to farm for all the Paloozas, it's taking way more than 100 per hour. Because of all the grind at you get the Paloozas to be able to get the 100 per hour. Oh no, your arm's starting to hurt again. That's unfortunate. Hopefully it gets better soon. The merchant keeps offering you discounted deeds. Yeah, that's so good. Honestly, that's almost better than what an average angel gives. It's just so good. I don't know why they bottlenecked Rit so much in the entire game. And then decided to make it so absurdly cheap on Angel. I mean, on, not Angel, I mean, on Merchant. Like, it is so absurdly cheap how much his 200 writs are compared to other means of accumulating deeds within the game. Like, he pretty much just hands it out for free. What is it, 20,000 gold, I believe? So it's basically 10,000 gold per deed of any color you want, which of course goes into purple. Which, if you break that down the whole way, that is, what, 500,000 gold for a purple deed book? You know how cheap that is? That is so absurdly cheap. To put that into perspective, if you were to do the cheapest method with gems, a purple deed book is 50 times 50. 2,500 gems. The cheapest you can ever get a deed book in the current state of the game. Not counting, like, money and other things, but, like, specifically through gems and everything. It's 2,500 gems for any color deed book, ideally purple. To do the same with writs, it's only 500,000 gold. Those two resources are drastically different. 500,000 gold can take you, like, an hour to grind. 2,500 gems is, like, a whole vault weekend of gems. Like, there's a big difference between those two numbers. But yeah, his writs are so absurdly cheap. I'm actually really surprised they made it that value. And honestly, even if it was 100,000, I think it would still be worth it. Because let's say it was 100,000, so that's 500,000 per deed. That's 2.5 million per deed book. I would do that infinitely. Even if it was 5 times more expensive, it would be 2.5 million per deed book of any color. Which is still really good value. But it's not that much, it's 5 times cheaper than that. Only problem is getting him to actually drop it. But when he does, it's nice. I think we've seen it about 6 or 7 times this weekend, I want to say. Maybe a bit more than that, I haven't been keeping track exactly. Though I do believe we've gotten 4 epic vault keys from angels this weekend so far. That one I was keeping track of. Though most of it was on Friday. I got really good angel luck on Friday. Like 3 to 4 of those were all on Friday. I know for sure I didn't get a single angel today that gave an epic vault key. I don't think I got anything good from angels today. It was mostly just like mid-range stuff. Like not the worst drops, but none of the good drops. But I do have to say, I actually overall do enjoy the merchant angel mechanic we got earlier this year. The only thing I hate is that it keeps getting in the way of battles. Like, obviously you don't see that during Palooza, like what we're doing right now. But it just gets really annoying when it just keeps popping up randomly. Especially when the other two do. I still don't understand what the whole reason before the other two were. Because genies and daemons, when they pop up, are just so pointless. I hope they eventually decide just to, like, remove them from the game or something. And just only keep the merchants and angels. That or move them only to certain game modes, like Under Spire or something. I mean, not Under Spire, I mean Underworld. Because Underworld is, like, maybe the one and only location where I could see them kind of being okay to use. So if they just kind of move them there and just remove them from Explore, would be great. Wait, you started with 77 and you're ending with 80? Really? Oh, wow, so you farmed actually quite a bit then. Why does it feel like I farm so much slower whenever I farm then? If you did, like, all of that today, that is so much. Or most of that today. Because we have grinded for Palooza's bare minimum 15 hours this weekend. Of course, some of that was, like, distracted, where I was multitasking things, but still. Wouldn't have made us too much slower. Though I am a little bit slower on mobile than I am on PC. And lately I've been farming Vault weekends on mobile when I'm, you know, off-stream going for Paloozas. Because on PC we could pretty consistently hold like 6 wins a minute. Whereas on mobile it's probably close to like 4 or 5 a minute. Yeah, after this Palooza ends in a couple minutes, we'll go hand out the first code. The first of many. Also, Gems of War website's been a little bit weird today as far as lagging. So, hopefully it works correctly. Because our website's been, I'm not sure if it's just getting traffic. It's, like, slightly been down. I have no clue. I can't think of any reason why they'd be getting a lot of traffic all of a sudden. I guess slightly more people check it on Sunday just to look at what the next event thingy is, but, I wouldn't expect it to be enough to crash the website. It's not that many people going there. Though, there was one time, a long while back, oh, I can't remember what patch it was, where when we handed out a redeem code, it actually did crash the website. Because we had almost 200 viewers one stream for one of the bigger major patches for one of the .0s. I can't remember what .0 it was. I want to say 4.0? But I can't remember. But because of all the people checking the website just naturally, plus when we handed out redeem code, the moment we handed out the redeem code, it actually crashed the site. Because there were so many people instantaneously going to the same page. And that page normally doesn't get that much traffic. But I also had all the natural traffic of everyone just checking the new patch thing. So in combination, it actually crashed it for once. That likely wouldn't happen these days. Especially since a lot more people play on not PC mobile. Because at that time, there weren't as many people playing console as there are now. It was way back in the game. There wasn't even console versions for some of them. But that was before then, though. But, you know, it wasn't always as much of a thing. I feel like the console versions of the game have gone up in popularity over time. Compared to initially. It could also just be that, I don't know, the game just naturally hasn't really had much advertising other than just like word of mouth. The console versions kind of started slow and then picked up over time. Compared to the PC mobile version that always had a pretty big player base. At least comparatively. And the reason I mention that is because the consoles can't claim the codes. So since there's a higher ratio of console people now, it doesn't bring any more traffic to the page when they do go there. Or because they don't need to go there. Because unfortunately they only work on PC mobile. Come on, click this thing. You have 550 Vault Keys and 80 Epic Vault Keys? Nice. We're farming up verses for next Palooza. I'll probably be doing that after the stream. A little bit later tonight. Because I'm probably going to stay up and then record the weekly video later tonight. Hopefully I don't crash. But I'll probably record it later tonight. So I'll probably grind off stream a little bit for those verses. Because I do want to get some reserve as well. At least a few if we can. Because we went into this weekend with, like, 0. Like, we pretty much started with 0 and ending with 0. Like, I think we had 1 just because one of the dailies or something else gave us a verse. But if it wasn't for that 1, we would have literally had 0 going into this event. So probably should grab a few for next weekend if I can. I'll take that one over. Because we're going to be back to 0 by the end of this stream. Alright, this is the last one we can get, and then we'll go hand out code. Actually, while I'm doing that, let me go open the code section, because I don't have it open at the moment. Give me a moment. Loading. There's the thumbnail thing. Don't need that. I will when we go do the other video. Where is my code section? There it is. Alright, we waited plenty enough time to kill this out. Click that. Stop the timer. And, oh, nice little Volkey at the end there. The Jewel Gnome. Oh, and Max Roll Glory. Nice. Oh, and a merchant. Look at that. I find it funny that you can actually get a merchant after these. Normally, you can't get a merchant while doing a Palooza. However, the fight right after a Palooza, you can. So, yeah, there he is. You can't get one during, but you can the exact immediate fight after when you claim the full loot from the thing. But here it goes, go. The first redeem code. We'll hand out at least 2 more this stream. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a 3rd. Or 4th, I should say. But there's the first one of at least 3. Okay, so let's go clear some dailies real quick. One of the things I need for my XP booster today is actually just to do all of Adventure Board. And honestly, all of Adventure Board isn't even that bad today, so let's go grab that. Let's do a, you know, I kind of want to use Red Dragon. A little bit slower, but I don't want to roll with this team. Actually, I should go with for one-shot Diamantina. Oh, that's not the one I need, though. That's the first gnome, but not the first gnome we're looking for. Yeah, we should go with Empower. This one's going to be too slow for this. I forgot. This team has no Empower. It's good when we need to do a lot of damage, not particularly good when we only need to do a little bit of chip. Do that. Good to go. Let me go bring out one-shot Diamantina, I guess. I want to make sure we have enough to kill out the legendary fight. Where even is my Diamantina team in all this mess? There it is. We'll go with this one. Is that the code from yesterday? Wait. Is that the code from yesterday? Can anyone else confirm? Is that one already used? Oh, is that from yesterday? Okay, I might not have clicked saved on it. Oh, wait. We might have a couple codes in a row that are the same. Wait. Let me know if this one's new. Oh, so that reminds me. I still haven't gotten more codes from Jetto yet. I'm actually running low. Is that one good? Let me know. Because I don't think the document saved, so I'm not sure what code we're up to. Or maybe it was just one behind, and I forgot to copy-paste it away. Oh, you know what? I might have forgotten to delete some of them when I was copying them manually. Because yesterday I had to type them out because of the issue we had. Oh, yeah, there we go. So yeah, that means the last one I typed out manually last night. I forgot to take off the list then. All right, there we go. Now we're back to where we should be. Because the YouTube update, for whatever reason, auto-signed me out of my, of the computer from my own YouTube thing. Not sure how that happened. We gotten it fixed since then. It's weird because I only did it on my other computer. My main computer did not get logged out of my YouTube. But my secondary computer did. When they did the update yesterday. Supernova, you're as bad as Lester. I'll say hello, Gimli, if I didn't already say hi. Welcome, welcome. But I guess you're making up for Lester, since Lester doesn't seem to be here right now. I think he was here earlier. He's either lurking or doing something else at this point. Well, I'll clear this out. Might as well go clear out dungeon while we're doing this. But we had to do this regardless in order to get our XP booster for today. Which, I might just combine with a Palooza. Or even just do off-stream when I go for verse farming. Because I don't think we're going to do on this stream a separate 15 minutes of XP. Just because there's already so many other things we're doing. So I'll probably just use the XP booster off-stream for once today. And just sometime later tonight when I'm doing the verse farming, I'll just go and use it then. And then hopefully we'll have at least a few verses to go into next week. Or next month, I should say. Well, technically, yeah, well, yeah. And this month we end up getting it. Also, what do you just do for 3 mana drain? That's not ideal. Need that mana. Ah, there we go. Got our XP boost. Not going to use it yet, but we will use it sometime today. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. That's one thing I wanted to check. When is next Guild War? Okay, yeah, so next week, I need to mention in the weekly video, you need to start stalling your XP on Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Wednesday? Tuesday? Tuesday. You'd have to start stalling it for Tuesday so you can use it on Wednesday. So we can still use the one for tomorrow. But every other XP booster we get all week next week, starting from Tuesday, we need to stall all the way so that when we hopefully win on Tuesday... Also, we need to go get a full guild. Are we still missing a person? Anyone want to join the guild? We need one person. PC Mobile, 2 million plus gold. Go, go, go. But yeah, we really need a person to go fill that spot. We're going to need that for, not next week, but the following week. Because we need to make sure we have a full guild. We've been having so many guild wars lately with one person down. For one reason or another, for some reason. Like the last, 5 guild wars in a row. No, most of them will start with 30 and somehow we still keep losing a person. But, yeah, we really need to make sure we have a full guild for that. is we got to make sure we win on that Tuesday. Got to get the XP boost. Anyways, let's go clear our dungeon. Come on, perfect top 3. Good. Bad. Super bad. Alright, there we go. No, not that team. You know what? I was running Red Dragon earlier. I'll run Red Dragon for this. Genki won't kick you. Are you actually getting Genki's guild? I didn't even know that. I just realized we just did a Diamantina versus Diamantina fight. I didn't even do that on purpose. I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, there we go. So hello, Florian. Welcome, welcome, welcome. That or Taz has chance to pull his way. Hey, we do pretty good in Guild War. Lately, we've had some sketchy weeks. Like here, compared to our average in Guild War, I would say we're doing okay still. It's just the other events we slack a little. But as far as our score in Guild War, we're normally on the better half of the guild. Even when I'm just messing around with weird teams. Because very rarely do we like ultra try hard Guild War. Last time we did that was like the 100th Guild War because I wanted to guarantee that we won, and we did because we actually tried. Not that we don't try on an average Guild War, but to make sure your win rate's like near 100% or literally 100%, you have to like hard counter the enemy team every time you do a battle. You have to restructure your team every fight to make it as optimal against whatever you're fighting. Whereas normally you just build one generic team and just hope it's good enough against everything. This is save time from having to restructure your whole team every fight. Because it makes Guild War take at least twice as long. So normally we just do one team the whole time, even if it's not the best option. Especially if we're trying to test something. Like next time we're going to be testing the Ruby weapon. So we're on either brown, red, or blue day. We're going to test a probably blue day because of Tesla and why can't I remember the thing? Beatrix. Because of Tesla and Beatrix. Because all we'd have to do for that is do one mana accumulator, not sure what yet, and then just combine it with the Ruby, Beatrix, and Tesla, and we're good to go. I'm not sure what mana accumulator would use for that, but other than that, the team's pretty much good to go. I'll probably try that for Blue Guild War Day next week. And we'll use it the whole time regardless of how good it is. Just to see what it can do in a Guild War context. Because obviously Brown and Purple Day, you'd probably still want to run Life and Death, particularly Purple Day. So it'd be pretty good for Blue Day, if nothing else. And I already run a True Damage team for Blue Day, so we can just run a different blue, True Damage team. Like our current blue team, I think, is a Rope Dart build, I want to say. Guild War Blue. Oh no, it's actually, well, it's still Beatrix build, but yeah, it uses wand. So yeah, we're just going to be replacing one True Damage team for a different True Damage team. We're going to be building into Beatrix, Tesla, and some mana accumulator. I'm not sure what yet. It's something to hold down the line. Anyways, alright, we did that, we did that. Is there any other daily we haven't done? Other than using the 15-minute XP booster thingy? Well, Underspire, I guess. I don't know, should we go do all of Underspire right now? I guess so, we're pretty much already there. If this is the boss room, I only have to do 3 fights, so I might as well do it now. Because I think that's the last weekly and daily we haven't done. Not counting the XP booster. Alright, we're still using the Amethyst team. This is not the safest way to win this, but it is among one of the quicker ways to win it, so we're just going to keep sticking with it. Good enough. Come on, do purple, purple, purple. No, it did red! Not the color we wanted there. Alright, do we cast or not cast? I'm going to go for cast. Alright, we can work with that. Auto extra turn as well. I'm just going to have to drop that. It's too unlikely we'll get the sky option. Let's clear all that. Get some more purple. Actually, let me go for all the mana now. And then we can just double cast and be good to go. So we'll go for that. Take our purple again. Oh, I should have taken that green first. So we didn't really need it, but still. Take that purple. Oh, I should have taken free purple. Luckily, it took itself so we can get it. But we do this, do that, and it should be enough to win. Yeah, that's enough. Barely. No magic reduction, luckily. Oh, wait, they do have magic reduction. Never mind. No, that's fine. Oh, I just realized we got the guy that does the armor tier thing. We could have killed with that, too. Whoops, so well. Yeah, boss room. Oh, wait. Don't forget Lantern. Lantern. I almost forgot. Lantern. Where are you, Lantern? I almost forgot Lantern for the first time. Haven't yet. But I got very close to forgetting to Lantern this thing. Alright, Lantern time. Oh, also, I should go to a safer team now. I need to make sure we don't lose this. We only have one Lantern. Wait. Time to restructure this team. Wait. Hold up. Okay, easiest way to not lose. Drop the Elspeth. Add hero. I think is all we need. We have access to Sun and Moon. This is one I didn't want to show because I think it's $5 money locked if you didn't get it ages back. But we have it, so we're going to use it. Just an AoE weapon. We're going to run this with, like, Archmagus. Like, right there. Alright, that's going to be our team. I'm running this just to keep the team a little bit safer. I guess we could run it even safer and run, like, Barrier on Brown Hero. You know I am going to. It's going to hurt our purple by a lot, but it's going to make sure we don't lose. I'm just going to go Elementalist. I'm going to go super tanky. I'm even going to put in first slot. Alright, that's going to make our team so slow, but we shouldn't be capable of dying. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's not even a Rubraf in this team. Why is there no Rubraf? I forgot. They still haven't fixed that. There's still no Rubraf in the Rubraf battle. That's funny. I still want to play it safer just in case, though. We do only have 2 more fights anyways. Might as well. But yeah, we'll just run Sun and Moon with 3 Amethyses. No mana accumulator, but honestly shouldn't really matter much. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we really need to shift over. I wish there was a way to create purple. Do any of the weapons from here create purple? Purple. You create green. It's not purple though. No, you would just block purple. Wild cards. No, those are wild cards. Oh, well, wild card. Yeah. It's not gonna be consistent though. Alright, we're just gonna run with Sun and Moon. Should be fine. Anyways, go use our lantern here. Banner change? No, we don't need a banner change. At least not this time. The banner for the previous team works for this one. Alright, we'll take this one over. Kinda want to stack even more purple because we do gain 6 magic to all purple allies per purple taken. I don't want to cast this one yet. I can cast the weapon, but I don't want to cast the thing. Oh, also, this thing does give 1 magic to all allies. That actually used to be good back when this weapon first came out. But his weapon came out in, like, 2015. But back in the day, that 1 magic it gave to all allies was actually really viable. These days, it's basically 0. But way back when, that was actually a good mechanic on this thing. The give everything 1 magic mechanic. Especially because I don't even think we... Did we have Black Manacle yet? We may have. That might have came a little bit later, I don't remember. Because I think this weapon did exist for some amount of time before Black Manacle even existed in the game. So I probably should have let that guy to get the full mana. Now we're going to need to feed this all the way up. It's going to be a very slow win, but there's pretty much no way we lose. I'll take that one down. Just trying to find a purple or yellow at this point. And there we go. And there's our double gold, and our double orb, and some rubies. Oh, Orb of Forging. Unfortunately, smaller one means nothing compared to the bigger one, but sure we'll add it to our stack. Oh, I don't even have the number up. You guys can't see me updating it, but I am indeed updating it. That's 81 Forging Orbs. There we go. It's right over there. Can't quite see it. That's so much text over top each other. There we go, we got it. Okay, let's go use the team again, I guess, on this. Just play it safe, I guess. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't want to lantern that. Well, I wish I could, but we get 6 tries. Should be able to get a first try, though. You don't burn, do you? No, you don't burn. Okay. I want to make sure because we got to make sure Hero doesn't get burned, but yeah, that's fine. Is that would remove our barrier. Yeah, let's roll with this. Okay, so right off the bat, what do we need? We'll take purple. Actually, honestly, if you see purple, you should take purple. Oh, you just created purple for us. How convenient. See purple, take purple. That's how it's going to work. All right, cast that. Let him do his thing. He does his thing. No purple. I'll take a yellow then. And still get a purple from Sky. Another one. I was going to say, I'm going to ignore every skull, but we're actually on def range right now. So I actually have to take them unless I can find a barrier. There we go. We don't use brown, but we do still barrier on brown. We could actually lose this. His team's actually going a little bit too slow relative to how much damage they have access to. And the problem is Leshy does have a multi-hit ability that can actually do a bit to our hero. It's the main concern here. You think we deliberately don't cast that, cast both of these and go from there? There's actually a pretty substantial amount of damage at this point. We could double skull there just to make sure he doesn't kill our hero. Oh, he's entangled anyways right now. That's one of the reasons I went for elementals here too. Just to make sure they couldn't do anything with that. We'll go for this again. Unfortunately, there's no purple alignment, but when we do, we get so much mana for it. Problem is getting to that point. I'm just going to do this and hope he gives us purple somewheres. And I believe he's in one-shot range if we get Diamantina up. I mean, not Diamantina, the, whatever the purple one is called. Alright, that's unfortunate. We'll take this one. I need to find a brown. Gotta take that. I need to just make sure he doesn't kill us outright. Even if hero goes down at this point, we should be fine, though. I'll take a red. Is that kill range? Yeah. We just do this, then we do that, and that's match. Alright, bit of a slow fight, but there we go. As I would say, one of the harder, especially if you don't have Amethyst this week. I feel like this was one of the harder under Spires we've had, as far as like team options. But if you had Amethyst, it made it quite a bit easier, especially multiple. But there we go. That is under Spire completed at 103. A few more than we would want to have done, but honestly, compared to how we've been doing, pretty good. How many did we spend? I think we're spending a bunch of 150s. We then spent 50, and I think we spent 0 today, right? So that means we spent, let's do the math on that. 155 times, that's 750. No, that's not how math works. Yes, it is, 750. Plus 50, we spent 800? Really? Only 800? Yeah. I think we only spent 800 gems this week. That's not bad at all. Very nice. Unless I'm missing some that we spent more on a given day. Maybe on Monday or Tuesday, did I? Because if I just went for 150 on them, that was only 800 total. Which is actually pretty solid. But there we go. Did I spend more on one of those days? I may have. Even if we did on the first 2 days, let's say we maxed out on the first 2 days. No, I don't think we did, because that would bring it to 1,100. I don't think we spent that much. I don't know, 800 might sound correct. That sounds slightly too low, but yeah. I think we did Underspire in 800 this week. Anyways, with that being done, I think we have finished every daily and weekly and everything. Other than just get our 300 Volkies. The only thing we technically didn't use is the XP booster, but I'm going to just probably do that off stream when we go for the verse farm. So the only thing we have to go do now is open 4 Paloozas. And doing those 4 Paloozas should bring us to the number. Speaking of which, I did not update when I did the thing, so let me do that right now. So we are currently at 9 Paloozas. Let me get all these numbers updated. So that's a 9. Epic Vault keys are at... Oh wait, sorry. My Epic Vault key number right now is wrong. I was looking at it wrong. It's actually at 20 right now. Oh wait, our Epic Vault keys aren't that high right now then. Wow, did we just get 0 Epic Vault keys from that? Because, yeah, we started at 922. Oh no, we only got... Wait, did we really just get 0? That's unfortunate. That Palooza was actually pretty low then, the one we just did. Oh, there we go. Interesting. But, yeah, there we go. All right, let's keep going. And we currently have 31 pity there. And with 4 more Paloozas, that will easily get us to our goal. Well, let's keep going. Into the next one. Okay, Soulforge. Oh yeah, let's make sure my team is correct. I'm pretty sure we just used something else already. Let me just make sure we do 1 battle with the correct team. That is very much not the right one. We'll use it with this, and then we'll go into another 2 Paloozas. Then we'll probably hand out another code, and then do another Palooza, then hand out a code. Something like that. Oh, maybe we'll even hand it out after the very next one. Spread them out a little bit more. Anyways, let's go start it up. Soulforge, other Palooza. Yeah, it's going to take us at least an hour then. And that'll be every objective complete then. These will have ourselves 300 Volkies, every weekly completed. The full campaign completed. Every weekly, monthly, everything would be fixed then. You can't flex Volkies, but you have 177 Paloozas. How many Paloozas did he get this weekend? Also, why aren't you opening any? You should open at least a few to claim those pity keys, the extra bit. That is so many. You love the satisfying, Wait, what? Oh, the satisfying intro to a Palooza battle. The T wasn't there, so it threw me off for a second. But I see what you mean now. That one word threw me off. But yeah, I really like Vault Weekends. They're definitely an interesting mechanic. Of course, it's basically Gems of War's whole thing for like a double XP weekend. I still don't feel like it's implemented in the best of ways compared to how you could in a game. But it's definitely far from the worst system I've ever seen for a, you know, like an extra, like, double weekend kind of thing. Like, the Gems of War's version is like a 9 times weekend. the way that it basically scales. Because not only is it 3 times higher to find a gnome, but it's also 3 times higher to find a vault key from those gnomes. So when you're doing a Palooza, it's technically 3 times higher, but when you're farming for verses and just general battles, it's technically 9 times higher than how your normal rate would be in the game. Which is kind of insane. The main thing I don't like about Vault Weekends is every second can be utilized for value. So literally any second that you're not doing the, farming the Vault Weekend is technically time that is wasted. Because one way that some games implement it is like add a cap to it, but you can like use it whenever. Like for example, let's say it's like a double XP weekend or something, and during that time you get like 20 hours or 30 hours to use up that bonus. Because in Gems of War you basically get an infinite number, 72 hours worth technically. Obviously no one utilizes all 72 hours, but that's a lot of time to try to use up in 72 hours of time. It's kind of hard to play 72 hours in 72 hours. Which is, I don't know. Like, it makes it feel like whenever you're not doing on a Vault Weekend, it's like, I could be doing Vault Weekend right now. But it is pretty good for that time when it is. It just feels weird when you're not Vault grinding on a Vault Weekend. Just because of how much value it is. Compared to any other point in the game. Which I think is one of the other things, too. Because in a lot of other games, it's like, oh, here's like a 50% bonus or a double bonus. And in Gems of War, it's like, here's a 9 times bonus. Just a bit of a disparity there. But in a good way, in a sense. But I actually kind of wish it was more limited. Like, I kind of wish they just gave you, like, 30 hours a boost or something. Because I feel like on every Vault Weekend, I waste, like, Vault Weekend time, in a sense. Whereas if it was like 30 hours of it, it would be like, okay, yeah, I could use all 30 hours. But then in the inverse way, it would feel other people would feel like they're missing out. Because if you could only play for like, let's say 15 hours, and theoretically you get 30 hours over the weekend, and obviously it would be gone if you don't use it that weekend, then you kind of feel like you're missing out in that way. But in a sense, currently it's like 72 hours. Whatever you don't use, you miss out on. So I don't know. Maybe looked at it either way. Because I feel like if they were ever to nerf Vault Event, that would be like a good middle ground way to do it. I don't think they ever would, though. I'm not sure. They already nerfed ever since they added Palooza, they nerfed Palooza like 3 to 4 times. The one thing that's kind of interesting is the actual rate of finding verses outside of a Palooza, as well as just the overall system there, has actually never been nerfed. It's only ever been buffed. Only Paloozas themselves have been nerfed into the ground just because they were way too broken, and still are too broken, to be honest. I have no clue how this got past, like, anything. Because I wasn't in that beta test. That was beyond the point when I, like, stopped ever bothering, too. But, like, what was the feedback on, like, their internal QA team, the overall dev team, the, community, like, during that, on, like, what on earth these were? Because these are just insane how much loot this is compared to, like, before Paloozas existed. Like, it changed the entire economy of the game in a single patch. And most recently, 7.0 actually boosted it even more, in a sense. We now have Vault Week every 5 weeks. So far, pretty consistently over the last couple months. So that's even more of a buff to this mode. Because before, it used to be, like, whenever. It could be in 5 weeks, could be in 7 weeks, could be in 10 weeks. They never had any kind of consistency to it. But now it's like once every 5 weeks, basically every month. So that's another buff to it, indirectly. It's actually the first buff they've done to it since they've nerfed it into the ground. Although I shouldn't really say that. They nerfed it into the ground, yet it's still, like, above the ground. They nerfed it into the ground, but it's already was in the heavens, so... It's still way above actual ground level. Yeah, we also got last year's buff to orbs. Which, while not directly a buff to Vault events, is a buff to Vault events. Because one thing that you get quite commonly from Vault keys is orbs. So a buff to orbs is a buff to Vault keys, and a buff to Vault keys is a buff to Palooza. Oh, is it every 4 weeks? I thought it was every 5. Well, that would explain why it's very consistently every month, then. That was every 5. But yeah, if it's every 4, then yeah, that's more than 1 a month, technically. Like, ever so slightly more than 1 a month. Which is why we've been seeing those double overlaps. Like, even this month we technically do. Like, right now it's October and we have a Vault event. And at the end of October, the weekend before Halloween, we have another Vault event. Which I think is the 27th? Or somewhere around there? Whatever the Friday before Halloween is when next Vault event is. Oh wait, sorry, what was your question? Sorry, Isabel, I missed it. Let's see. Lately, your Vault Key drops have been so awful. So many Cedrics, yeah, they get in the way. It can be very annoying. Recheck the October calendar? I can't at the moment. Wait, was it on a different date than what I said? Well, we'll be covering the calendar video hopefully tomorrow. Ideally tonight for tomorrow, but some point soon, TM. But I could have sworn it was, because the Halloween event, I believe, starts on the 23rd. Then we get the pet that Wednesday, which would have been the 25th then. And then that weekend would have been the 27th. So the 27th, I believe, is next Vault event. Unless I looked at it wrong. Because we're getting everything that week. It is such a busy week. Because we're probably getting a patch the previous week before Halloween, or before like that big event week. Then on the 23rd, we get the Halloween event. Then on the 25th, we get the pet. Then on that Friday, unless I looked at it wrong, I believe we have Vault event weekends. That week has everything going on. It's going to be the busiest week all next month. What's kind of funny is the actual week of Halloween, we're going to have almost nothing going on. Yet so the week prior to Halloween has literally everything every day. Oddly enough. Though some of them bleed over. Like the Halloween event's going to be a 2-week event. So the second week of the Halloween event would still be during Halloween. You're falling asleep doing Paloozas? Have you really? I've never had that happen to me yet. I have fallen asleep playing video games, but not for a very long time. You know the last time it actually happened? Animal Crossing. In 2020, when I was, during the early days of Animal Crossing, when we were planting 1 billion trees, because we weren't time traveling or anything, so we had to min-max our cash per day. So we built 1,500 trees. Oh, also, we're going to be doing a ton of stuff like that in that new game we're playing this Tuesday, by the way. That Moonstone Islands, or whatever it's called. We are going to be playing that, like, exactly like Animal Crossing. Because we have to use all those strategies, because you got to use all, like, the Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley kind of strategies, which I guess also technically apply to Animal Crossing. Then you have to do, like, all the dating sim things, where you do, like, all the relationship up. And then you have to do all the Pokemon things, where you min-max your team. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's really weird, because it combines so many genres. So the strategy you would use for one genre, like, you're going to have to do so much at the beginning. Because all the priorities will be like, oh, you got to max out all your weapons. Because, you know, that's normally what you do when any collecting, gathering game like that. Like, you got to make sure you have good energy restoration and make sure that all your tools are nice and upgraded first. Because that's, like, the main thing that kind of keeps you going and gets you all the other resources. But then you also have to worry about the Pokemon aspect so that you have a good team so that whenever you get into combat, you don't get completely wiped. But then you also have to keep up with the dating sim stuff. And keep up a relationship with, like, everyone in town. And then probably some other mechanic. Could be a lot of things to juggle. It should be fun. I feel like the first, like, in-game year for that game would be so hectic, though. I'm not even sure how long the in-game year would be. I would assume, like, 20 hours? I'm actually not sure how long the in-game year is. For Paloozas, you need 4 verses and a Mountain Dew. That sounds about right. I haven't had Mountain Dew in a while. I've been pretty good this year about not drinking any soda. I've only cheated like 3 times, and it was all while I was on vacation in New Jersey. And it was a root beer float at Stewart's Root Beer, a pitcher of root beer when I went to the sawmill. I could have sworn there was a 3rd time. I don't remember what it was. But aside from that, this would be the first year I ever had no soda. Not counting those few exceptions. It's basically no soda. I haven't had Mountain Dew in a while. Oh, what's the new flavor of Mountain Dew? They normally do some pretty good ones. Because I'm definitely going back to soda after the year. I could definitely not go my entire life without soda, that is for sure. But we basically did a year, not counting, like, the few exceptions. But no, honestly, it was way harder to do not soda for a year than it was to do not fast food for a year. Though in all fairness, the not fast food for a year was somewhat easier because half that year it was the pandemic. It's one of the reasons I even decided to do it. Was because of the pandemic. I was already like a halfway through the year with no fast food and was like, you know what? Why not just do the other half? Make it a whole year. But for soda, it was definitely way, way harder. Just because of how accessible sodas are, just in general. Like, it's kind of weird. Sodas are almost cheaper than water. Because the ingredients they use for it are so bad for you and cheap that pure water is essentially more expensive than some sodas. Which is kind of insane. Especially if you get like the ultra cheap stuff from like a dollar store where they have like a 2-liter thing for like 99 cents. And sometimes even the bigger markets do that for name brands if they have like a sale on them. Not as often these days though. But you can still find like a 2-liter for 99 cents occasionally. Which is literally cheaper than water. Oh, cherry favor airhead of Mountain Dew. That actually does sound pretty good. I haven't had an actual airhead in like probably 15 years. As far as candies are concerned, they were kind of in like the mid-range or lower half. But they weren't awful. Like, they were edible. The flavor was okay. I would definitely put them in the lower half of candies, though. I think the best cherry flavor soda I ever had was, I think Coca-Cola had like a cherry, oh, what would you call it? I'm trying to think of the other word of it. It was like a cherry, what's that other flavor? I know like generally what's called, I'm trying to think of what it is. I'm trying to think of the word. Might take me a moment. It was some kind of Coca-Cola that was like cherry and something else. Oh, a cherry cream. It was a cherry cream. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make this battle in time. Come on, load, quicker. But yeah, a cherry cream Coca-Cola was probably the best cherry flavored soda thing I've ever had. I'm not sure if you could buy that anywhere these days. But yeah, it was like a cherry cream Coke. So yeah, kind of like a vanilla flavor. I think it was called like cherry cream. Yeah, gosh, that was good. Anyways. Alright, Palooza completed. Hey, Trippy's ready. Alright, let's go count out our numbers. See where we're at. Why have our Paloozas been so much worse lately? We were doing so good on them. And now our numbers are going so much downwards. Well, not down, obviously number go up. But, not as much as it should be. Am I just going slower tonight? Is my brain lagging? Because we're either playing slower or we are getting way worse luck tonight on our Paloozas. Which is unfortunate. Though counting Epic Volkies, we're easily going to make, even with the worst possible luck. If we count Epic Volkies, we easily hit 300. Without a question. Even if we keep up this bad luck. Like, it's going to happen. But, gosh, we're doing so bad on normal Volkies right now. As well as Epics. We only got, like, one Epic Volkie and 2 Paloozas now. Anyways, alright, let's go hand out a code. This will be the second one. We'll hand out another one in a little bit. Also, I'm running really low on codes, by the way. I'm gonna need to start going back down to 1 per day until I get more from Jodo. Because I haven't gotten the I checked earlier too and I didn't get any. Maybe I'll go message her tonight actually. Because I haven't gotten October redeem codes yet. And I'm down to like 7. So after tonight we need to go back to using like 1 a day. Until we get the ones for October. Anyways, let's go do another Palooza. We still have, what, 3 left to go use? Let's see. Yep, 3 more left. Let's go use the next one. Because at bare minimum this stream, we gotta go use all 3 of them. And that should get a store goal as well. Very conveniently. Alright, let's go back. Run it back. Same team, same everything. Till we hit 300. How RNG gonna RNG? Your sister did it to help her with her art project. Nice. You got 1k Volkeys and 300 epics? Wow. Very solid. Wait, that's a lot of... Oh, you mean total. I think you mean total, right? Because I was going to say, that ratio of epic Volkeys should not be possible with that many Volkeys. I know, that's why it's an average. You can get lower than the average. It's just sad when it happens. Because we've actually been doing pretty good at getting above the average yesterday and Friday. Yeah, today we've been really below average on Vault Keys, or on Paloozas, I mean. Especially compared to the last 2 days where we've been above average, which makes it seem even worse today. Because we've been averaging like 25 plus Vault Keys on these recently. And now we're getting like 15 Vault Keys, 1 epic, if even that. Whereas before we were getting like 25 4. Now we're only getting like 15 1. Yeah, I was never good at art. Like, any kind of art subject, any kind of art anything. Always so bad at it. I do kind of want to learn, though. Like, how to actually, like, draw to any degree that doesn't look like a 3-year-old did it. The closest I ever had to do was like a digital communications class I did in high school. Because I went to some academy thing. And even though a lot of it was like various art theory and digital design stuff, you did still have to draw some for that class. And gosh, was I horrible at it. Like, it was enough to pass things, but barely. Are we going to start art tutorials then? Or am I gonna watch art tutorials? I don't know. I know, like, generally some of the basics of art. My hand just doesn't do the functions. Like, even my writing looks really weird. Like, legible, but not in any typeface that anyone else has used. Like, my writing is really noticeable. Like, you could just... Like, if I was to write in cursive, and you compare it to, like, even, like, 100 other people, you could pick mine out, like, instantly, probably. Like, if you saw me draw 3 letters in cursive, and then had 100 sentences in front of you written in cursive, you'd probably be able to pick mine out in, like, 10 seconds. It's just such a weird way that my hands just move. That even makes, like, all the typefaces look different whenever I write something. Like, it's still in a legible way, But it's in a legible way that looks way different than how, like, anyone normally bothers to write. And my art's kind of similar if I was to ever try to draw, but in a very bad way. I feel like if I ever did get better at drawing, I would definitely have quite a style, but would need to get actually good. Because my writing's already at that point. But my drawing, very much not so. Most of the time you don't understand what you wrote. Oh, I could easily understand what I wrote. Though, I sometimes don't understand if I write in print. I'm so used to writing in cursive. Like, unless for documentation I am forced to have to write in print, I will always do cursive. Like, for example, the jury duty thing I had to write in print other than when I signed it. Like, my print looks very normal. Compared to... Well, it looks pretty bad, but it looks normal bad. Do I write like a doctor? No. I would say my cursive actually looks very neat. But I do it in a very weird way. I also write some of the letters slightly differently. Like, similar enough that you'll know what the letter is. I would say it's mostly R and G's and S's. Like capital G's and S's. Like lowercase r, capital G, and S, I write a little bit different than how you normally would in cursive. Like it's similar enough that you would identify it as a letter if you know what cursive is. But it's different enough that it's not technically how you're supposed to write it. But in the context of every other letter, it'd be very obvious that it is that letter. Painting is easy, you just throw a bunch of paint at a canvas and call it art. It's not that easy. Well, doing that is, but you know what I mean. Like actual art. You had an argument with someone the first time you had chicken fried steak. Apparently, you're crazy for thinking a dish that has the word chicken in its name should be used as an ingredient. Wait, is chicken fried steak not a chicken? I don't think I've ever had chicken fried steak, so I don't know what it is. But I would assume it would be chicken that is fried. I'm not sure where the steak part comes in. So I guess instead of dropping the steak part, it drops the chicken part then? Your food brag? Wait, what did you mention? You're having leftovers right now? Is that the food brag? Leftovers are good. Yeah, I've never heard of chicken fried steak. But given that the chicken is said first, I assume it'd be some kind of chicken that's fried and maybe in like steak form. Where the steak refers to its form factor. As well as potentially texture, like more of a steak-like texture. I don't feel like chicken can really have a steak-like texture, though. So hello, Yajamorph. Welcome, welcome. Their steak fries like chicken? Wait, what? Oh, steak fries made of chicken? That actually sounds really good. My biggest issue with steak fries and a lot of things that are like just bigger objects of other things is I don't feel like they get cooked as evenly. Like, I hate thicker burgers because of that too. Because anything that gets bigger doesn't get as even as a cook. And I like things really well done without being, you know, like overdone. And that's a lot easier with smaller form than larger things. Especially with potatoes, because nothing is worse than having like a really crispy potato and then it's like weirdly soft all the way in the middle. Which can happen if you have like way too big of a potato object. Because you gotta get the crispy without throughout. Get that nice fry crisp. Okay, we need win. There we go. Come out before he does anything. Gotta stock up on Dragonite. We might have a patch and a patch or two that needs them. Steak fries. Like, check. Not steak fries. Wait, what? I'm not sure what that sentence means. Oh, the other one. Your wife made you for a late birthday a dinner last night. Chicken fried steak. Mashed potatoes and gravy. Green beans. Red velvet cake. Sounds good. And cream cheese icing. Ooh. Assumably on the red velvet cake. Yeah, that makes sense. Because you didn't put a comma there. Also, that's one thing that always confuses me. That I really wish people would put a comma for. In that context of your sentence, it is correct. But one thing I hate that some people do, that's actually considered correct, but I feel like in a lot of contexts, it just makes the sentence more confusing. In your context, the sentence that you did is correct. But when someone puts not a comma, but ands, when they're linking two other objects together in that regard. Like, let's say it was like all the way at the end there. Like red velvet cake. Oh, I guess you can't even use it in that context of that sentence because they're already together. But you know, like, there's two ways that you could write a sentence when you're listing multiple things out. Where you could say, like, I don't know, apple, orange, comma, and grape. But I feel like not putting... Because it's actually pretty common to not need the other comma and just have and. But I feel like you link objects very weirdly sometimes when that does happen. Like when you're writing a sentence. And I really wish people would use comma there more often. Even though the actual correct way to do it does not actually use a comma more often than not. But I feel like it changes the syntax of a sentence way too much. Depending on if the other objects seem like they can be grouped together properly. Anyways. Random rant on that. It's one of those things when you say it verbally, it's like very obviously separated. But in a sentence can be very misconstrued depending on what the list of things being listed out are. But no, in the way that you wrote it, it makes sense. Because there was no need to have the end at all at the section there. But there are some sentences that just drive me crazy that are like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to go out for any good food for my birthday. Hey, I might be at jury duty for my birthday. I really, actually, as much as I kind of want to go and be on the jury, just to see what it's like, I'm really hoping they don't choose me. Just so I don't have to have jury duty on my birthday. That'd be like such a weird way to spend my birthday. Because if they accept me for it, we are almost guaranteed going to have it on our birthday. For like 2/3 of the day, I'll just be doing jury duty. We'll still have our normal stream at night, though. Did I eat before the stream? Somewhat. I didn't, like, eat, but I did eat, if that makes any sense. Like, I consumed food, but not enough to not be hungry. It's like a little small snack. Chicken fried steak is a childhood favorite. Your wife's so much better than your mom's, though. Oh, good thing your mom's not watching. My mom cooks a couple things pretty well. She hasn't really had time to cook as much lately, though. And I very barely do. It's just so much convenient not to. And if I ever do cook, it's something really basic. Like anything you could do up in a pan real quick. I never get to the point where it's like considered baking normally. Like I hate just all the ingredients, all the mess, all the cleanup and everything. That's not too good, but 6,000 souls, I guess. There we go. Another one down, 2 more to go. Where does that put us? We are at 225. Again, below average. Epic Volkies were above average, though, for once, luckily. But our normal Volky number kind of been suffering these last couple. So what does that bring us to? 225. Any other ones at 24? Sorry, not 24. Oh, wait. Sorry, 22. I forgot, because we started at 22, so we're at 22. Yeah, so we only got one Epic Volky. No! Both of them are bad. What am I saying? No. And is that 10 or 11 Palooza? Wait. Did I add a Palooza number yet? No. Because we should be at 13 by the time we end this. We have 2 more left, so yeah, that's 11. Because I should have 2 right here. That'll tell us that we have 11. Yeah, that's 13 then. Alright, there we go. Alright, nice. Well, let's go use the other 2. And then counting pity, boom, we'll be there. Because pity will get us to like, I want to say 37, 38 or so. And then you add that to that. Let's say another 35 because you know we're going to get unlucky. That brings us to 250. 250 plus pity is like 280-ish. Count all of epic. We are 100% there. Because we're counting epic. It counts. Anyways. Let's go run another. We'll hand out another redeem code after this one as well. Use that. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, Wild Plains. So I've been doing a lot more Wild Plains this week instead of Cinemirage. Main reason is the other week it had like a weird 10% one, and for whatever reason I just feel the need to still do it here. Even though it doesn't have that 10% bonus anymore. Obviously, if we end up getting a Mimic here, we switch over to Cinemirage. Otherwise, I kind of just been doing Wild Plains all week this week. Is Petrified Trent worth it? I forget what trip that even is. I remember which trip Trent is. I don't remember Petrified Trent. Or Trient, however you say that. I never actually have tried those other 2. Voltage or Major Melon. Because some types of sodas get like 1 billion alternatives. Like, I feel like Sprite is one of those that has like 1.5 billion alternatives. I think one of the more recent ones that have come up is Starry, or whatever it's called. Is that one? I feel like there's like 10 different versions of what is basically Sprite. By different companies and such. Starry just being, I think, the most recent one, unless there's even another one since then. Oh, I remember the third thing I cheated on that was technically soda. It technically said tea, but it was basically soda. when I was leaving, was I leaving or was it going there? No, I think it was leaving. No, going there? No, it was one of the second to last days, I think. I can't remember. But when I was on vacation, the third thing that I cheated on that was basically soda, even though it technically said it wasn't soda, but it definitely was soda. Because it was basically just carbonated tea. Which at that point is pretty much just soda. But, oh, what was that even called? Taco Bell's, like, dragon passion fruit thing? Tea? Whatever they had? I forget its name. It was called Dragon something something. It was like a purple fizzy tea. Which is basically a soda. But that was the third time I cheated. I guess it was technically half a cheat. Theoretically, it wasn't soda, but it was soda. Like, it wasn't called soda, but it was soda. But, yeah, that was the third one. Or half of one. Depends how you count it. It was actually pretty good. I'm not sure if they still have that. But if they do, after the 1 year of no soda, I'm going for that again. Because that was actually pretty good. I'm not sure if that's a permanent item, like that one Mountain Dew they have. Or if it's just like a temporary thing. I hope it's a permanent item. Probably not, though. Because I much preferred that over their, like, blue Mountain Dew or whatever that was. Like, it's good, but it wasn't as good as that tea that they had. If you don't want to drink soda, drink pop instead. Same difference. Now, I am going back to soda after the year. I just kind of wanted to do a year without it. I don't know. We need to find something else to not do for a year for, then. We haven't done it for too many things. It was mostly just fast food and soda now. I need to think of a different one for next year. I don't know. What's one that is manageable? I definitely couldn't do no meat for a year. Like, I do eat, like, minimal meat these days, but I could never go, like, a whole year without it. Honestly, I don't know if I could go a month without it. I feel like there'd be, like, something that would come up that's like, ah, meat. I could probably do no dairy for a year. Though cheese would be hard to get rid of. I could do dairy. I could do no dairy for a year if you subtract cheese. Because honestly, I already kind of do. If you don't count cheese, I don't really eat dairy. Like, I pretty much have cut milk unless it's an ingredient in something. Oh, I guess I do have eggs quite a bit. Oh no, does egg technically count as good dairy? I guess it is. I could technically do all milk-based products aside from cheese and count that as no dairy. Because I could never give up eggs. Like, that would be harder to do than giving up meat. No beef or steak for a year? I pretty much already do most years. It's not really meat types I normally eat. If I do, maybe like a few times a year. I guess beef a little bit more. Steak, like, almost never, though. Because now that I think about it, I probably have beef a couple dozen times a year. But, I don't know. There's some years I'd never eat steak. Eggs are not dairy. Are they not? I guess technically not. Is dairy just considered anything from milk, then? Because the only milk product I really generally eat are various cheeses. Though I could never give up cheese. Like, giving up cheese would be harder than giving up meat. There's just so many things that use cheese. Plus, you know me and cheese dips. That's something we could never cut for a year. I can't imagine myself ever not having anything cheese dip related an entire year. Like, I'm not sure I could physically do that. Like, I don't have it a lot. Like, over a course of a year, probably a few dozen times. Some months even just maybe once. Like, I definitely never go a whole year without it. You couldn't give up hot dogs? Honestly, I wouldn't mind giving up hot dogs. Hot dogs are nice, but I could live without them. Had no melting pot for you? I still haven't gone to melting pot since 2019. Well, technically the beginning of 2020. Before the pandemic. Actually, it was the last place I went out to eat before the pandemic happened. Actually, now that I think about it, it's the last time I pretty much sat down at a... Oh, no. My mom's birthday when I took her out. But aside from that, in the last 2 years... Or in the last, almost 4 years at this point, I've only eaten at a restaurant to sit in twice. And one of them was the melting pot before the pandemic, and the other time was for my mom's birthday this year. Where I took her out someplace. I think it was Red Robin because she wanted to go there. I was offering anywhere, but she wanted Red Robin, so we went for Red Robin. Oh, and the Sawmill. Yeah, Sawmill. Yeah, Sawmill technically counts, so 3 times. In the last 4 years. Well, technically 3.5. Oh, Mimic. Oh, wait, that's bad. Wait. That's actually a bad thing, not a good thing. To the backup kingdom. But yeah, we'll give out a redeem code when we do the Mimic then. Regardless if it's good or bad. And then we got one more Palooza to go around. And who knows, maybe we'll do the 15 minutes of EXP farm thingy on stream. I was already going to do the verse farming anyways, might as well stream it and just chat a little longer. Because I feel like if I don't do it now, I'll forget I'll have it. Like, I'll still go and verse farm a little bit, but I'll probably forget I have the EXP booster. So might as well use it after we use the last Palooza. Does Wendy's actually still have the Strawberry Frost? They haven't been there in months. I did try that one nacho burger that they have right now, though, it's promotional. It was pretty underwhelming. Out of any of the specialty burgers they've had in a while, that one seemed very meh. Like, it wasn't bad. But the premise of what it was compared to what it delivered was quite a bit of a disparity. Because I had decent expectations for it, and it was awful. Like, some of the other ones, it's like, oh, I have average expectations for this, and then it turns out to be average, and it's like, yeah, that checks out. But this one seemed like it could be pretty good, and then it was like, eh, it's like average or even below average. Closest melting pot to use, like 60 miles away. Oh, mine's in walking distance. Such a good place to go out with friends as well. If I only had more friends. At least locally, anyways. Like, every friend I've made on the last decade lived, like, nowhere near me. Like, since I've moved back to South Carolina, I have not bothered making, like, a single friend here. There's just so few opportunities to do so when you're not working at, like, a physical job. And even a lot of them these days, you probably don't even make that many friends at work. Depending on what kind of job you have. But I know, like, almost no one in this area. We're a full guild now. Oh, thank you, Isabel. Greatly appreciated. Nice. I know, we online friends, we have quite a few. Including all of you guys. Greatly appreciated. But I mean, like, locally, there's, like, no one. I'm not even sure how you would even go about it these days. Because Tinder seemed like it would be awful for it. And I'm not really sure what any alternatives. What, you just, like, go to a bar? Because I feel like if you went to, like, a library, that'd be, like, a bad place to try to make friends. Like, like, as far as the kind of people that would be there, it'd probably be more the kind of people I'd want to, like, make friends with. But I feel like it's not really a good location to initiate something in like that. This doesn't seem like the dynamic to do so. I'm not really the kind of person who goes out to bars or anything like that. And also don't even drink or anything anyways. Pumpkin Sprite. Oh yeah, don't they have the pumpkin spice frosty? I probably won't bother. I'm not a fan of pumpkin flavored things. I like pumpkin pie, but I'm not a fan of things that are made pumpkin flavored, if that makes any sense. Like, I like the flavor of cinnamon, and I like the taste of pumpkin pie, but I do not like the taste of pumpkin pie flavored things, generally. There could be some exceptions, but more often than not, they just taste kind of odd. Like, there's a lot of artificialness to them compared to, like, actual, like, pumpkin flavor. Like, it's just very easy to spot when something's, like, artificially pumpkin, or, like, legitimately, like, using pumpkin as an ingredient. Like, you can tell within seconds, or even less, if something is artificially pumpkin or, like, you know, actual pumpkin in it. You had a pumpkin biscotti. I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds good. Oh, you know what my mom normally makes around this year? We haven't actually had one yet. She normally makes a pumpkin roll. Like, where you put, like, cream cheese... Like, when you basically, make, like, a flat thing of, like, almost like pumpkin bread kind of thing. And then you roll it up in cream cheese. And then you have, like, a whole roll of, like, pumpkin with cream cheese in between it. So good. Yeah, she makes a really good pumpkin roll. I haven't had one yet. Should probably make it in probably a couple weeks. I use social media? Oh gosh. You know the last time I've used social media? Put a pumpkin pie in a smoothie and make it into a blender. I mean... I meant that the other way around. Put a pumpkin pie in a smoothie and make a blender. I mean, put a pumpkin pie in a blender and make a smoothie. Oh gosh, it's getting late. Anyways. Yeah, we're gonna make a blender out of pumpkin pie. Alright, let me go. What was I doing? I was about to go do something else. I got distracted by what... Oh yeah, we were gonna... Wait, I wasn't gonna use this yet. Wait, what were we about to go do? Obviously update our number. Oh! Wait, no. Wait. I'm so confused. What was I about to go do? There's something I was gonna do between these two Paloozas. What was it after? I completely forget now. What was it? I am so... I completely forget. Wait, what on earth was I gonna do? Other than hand out a redeem code, which we're about to go do in a second. But there was something else I was about... Oh, yeah, the mimic. Aha. I remember now. Let me go clear this mimic. Alright, let me go hand out the code. Anyways, let's go take out this mimic. We'll give out the code once we get to chess. Okay, anyways, where were we? Take that, take that. Grab the other explosion. We have to get the Rowler, so we'll go for that. Mr. Z. Oh, throw that down, get our thing. Throw a Thrall. Come on, 5 times. We got 1 5 times this weekend. Let's see if we can get a second one. Come on. No, boo. Boo. Literally worst drop we could have gotten. No. There you guys go. There's the redeem code. We didn't get anything from the Mimic. Let's go run our last Palooza, and then we'll probably go run the 15-minute XP boost thing, because why not? We're going to do it anyways. But let's go run the last Palooza of the stream. As well. Oh, wait, let me go update my number first. See where we're at. All right, 249. Hey, we finally did good on one. Nice. Wow, we actually did pretty good on that one. 24. Nice, nice. Made up for our bad ones. And epics were even as good as well. We got 3. Nice. 24 and 3. Now that's what we want to see. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. 20. Never mind. That was only 1. I keep forgetting it was 22. But still, it was 24 and 1. Still not bad. Oh, and that's also 12 Paloozas. Because this will be another 13 Palooza completion, it looks like. How far are we on pity? Pity's 36. It's going to be 38. 38 into our numbers currently 280. I just had the math and I already forgot what it was. 287. Oh yeah, we'd definitely make it. We'd just have to get at least 13 from this. And we'll physically have over 300 normal Volkies. Not even counting epics, but counting pity, of course. Nice. Okay, let's go do it. One last Palooza. Now that we've cleared the thing. Alright, Soulforge. Other. The final Palooza. And let begin. And now we can go back to Wild Plains now that we got rid of the Mimic. Oh, and I forgot to change my team back, didn't I? I did. Gotta waste like 5 seconds there, not too big a deal though. But yeah, there's a redeem code. Use on gemsawar.com for the game code section, your invite codes and settings menu. Redeem codes right over there in chat. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. But there you guys go. And I'll probably do the final code we hand out, as I'm actually starting to run pretty low on them. I need to go contact Jetto tonight to ask for codes for this month. Because even though it's the first of the month, I have not received October redeem codes yet. And I only have like 6 codes left, I want to say. So I'll ask this until like Friday, Saturday. And hopefully sometime in the next few days we should get the codes. Otherwise, we're going to run out this weekend. But for all I know, she's probably going to send it in like an hour. Because she actually gets into the office probably around this time, actually, right now. I wouldn't be surprised if I opened Discord literally right now to see a message like 10 minutes ago being like, hey, here's your codes. I would go check if it wasn't for the fact we're in a Palooza. Yeah, by tomorrow night we'll probably have them. I'll message her tonight if we don't already have them, though. I guess tonight is her afternoon. So she should be in the office to hand them out, hopefully. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna get a Halloween pet this month. The question is how many. Probably only 1, unfortunately. But I'm hoping we get more than 1. As far as, you know, how many codes we get of it. You want the Franken kitty pet? Is that the one we're getting this year? Because I don't remember that being a thing. Is that this year's pet? Or maybe we have already gotten it. They have so many cats in this game, I'm losing track. They really like their cats and dogs. Oh, it's on Terrence Road? Oh, it's probably the one we're getting this year, then. It's not out yet. Oh, yeah, that would explain why I don't remember it. Okay, yeah, it must be a new one. Yeah, I would assume it's this year's pet, then, if that's the case. Can't think of anything else that'd be coming, then. Because they only hand out new one per year. It's not going to be 2 new ones. Oh, actually, that's not true. There actually will be 2 new ones. I didn't think about that. But yeah, there actually are 2 Halloween pets in a sense. Because we're going to get one from the Halloween event, and we're going to get one from the... Or technically 3 pets in a sense, actually. Because one of them will be the Wednesday one we get, which will be the Halloween pet for 2023. But technically, there will be a Halloween-themed event the 2 weeks, 1 week before, 1 week during Halloween. And that will bring in 2 pets, you know, the golden version and the standard one of a pet. So yeah, it could be either or. Either a pet for the Halloween-themed event thingy that lasts 2 weeks, or the actual 2023 Halloween pet for that Wednesday. Only one of them is the actual Halloween pet, though. But the other two will probably still be Halloween themed. Yeah, at some point tomorrow, hopefully early on, we'll cover a video on the whole event calendar for next month. As well as, of course, the standard Monday video. And then I've cleared my schedule so that all throughout the midday of next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe even Friday, we'll see. Who knows, maybe Saturday, Sunday, we'll see. Definitely Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, though. We are going to play so much of that new other game that Isabel and Genki got me into. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I've been pretty spoiler free as far as what I've looked up so far. I've only really seen like a couple early tip guides, which all had such basic information. I question if they've ever even played a Pokemon game before. Like, it's kind of funny because I was looking at like some of the early tip guides, and it's like, I'm pretty sure not a single one of these people have played Slay the Spire or an equivalent Slay the Spire game. Because every single one of them, it's like, okay, they probably... Because you can kind of tell based on how the guide is done, that they either play mostly only Pokemon games, or mostly only, like, farming sim games, or similar ones like that. I haven't actually seen any beginner tips guide for that game that was, like, from a card building perspective. Like, they're all from a, like, those kind of, like, cozy game kind of background kind of things. Like the kind of channels that play like every farming sim that ever exists. Which we've played quite a few of them. Though we haven't streamed that many. Like, how many farming sim like games have we really done? Technically, Animal Crossing New Horizons is kind of in that category. Stardew Valley. Is that the whole list? Is that really the whole list? That might actually be the whole list. I played a couple more than that over the years, including like half the Harvest Moon series. But now that I think about it, aren't those the only two we've ever streamed in the genre? I think it might be. Till next week, there'll be 3 then. It's a pretty fun genre, I do have to say, though. It's a very casual genre, though, normally. You would need a good deck building guide. I know that you can thin your deck. I'm not sure how thin you can make your deck, though. Like, what the card limit is. Because I haven't looked at most advanced mechanics. I've only just been looking at surface level stuff. Just to not really be spoiled on anything. That and however far Genki is, which seems pretty early game. She also doesn't focus on combat as much. Also, it doesn't feel like she does as much DIY. I feel like I'll be using the DIY system a lot. Kind of like how Animal Crossing was, where you like DIY everything, especially early on. Because like many games these days, the crafting system is like vital for everything. It can be a little bit daunting with a lot of games like that, though, because I think it has a little bit of a Minecraft approach to it, where a lot of the recipes aren't like told to you. You just kind of have to figure out what they are. That or you have to mostly find them, I think. So I guess once you find them, that would make it a little bit easier. Actually, you might even need to find a recipe to even build anything, now that I think about it. So it's more like the Animal Crossing approach, where you have to get the DIY, and then once you have the DIY, you can make the thing. Ah, we don't need a Krabby. You must learn everything before the Switch release. Do they even have an official date for the Switch release yet? Because I assume they'd want to try to aim before the holidays. Because there's no new Pokemon game for this holidays. Or I should say Detective Pikachu is, so there's basically none. The only thing Pokemon's really doing is dropping Detective Pikachu, which no one cares about, and DLC, which people do care about, but that's not a new game. So you'd probably want to try to do it before the holidays. Because Pokemon's not really slated to release anything this holiday, other than the DLC. Do we harvest the wood in the morning or the evening? You'd pretty much want to harvest the wood always. You see wood, you take wood. I know you're trying to mean that in a different way. But in a natural mechanical way, you see tree, you chop tree. That's the whole reason why you need to upgrade your tools early and do stamina management early. So you have like near infinite stamina. So that every tree will be deforested. We went on quite a tree killing spree in Animal Crossing. Because there's no energy system in the same sense in Animal Crossing. So you could just deforest an entire area in a day. I think the funniest thing that happened in our Animal Crossing playthrough was, or very early on, we planted several thousand trees. Not exaggeration, several thousand. Each taking like a couple in-game days to grow. Like real-time in-game days. Why did I even say in-game days? Because it was actual like literal days, real-time to grow. And we planted several thousand. And then Isabel, the in-game Isabel, not Isabel from chat, to be able to get a 5-star island, we had to have under like 500 trees or something. So I had to deforest upwards of 1,000 trees manually. Luckily, there's no energy system in that game, so you were able to just chop, 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 and they all just died. But yeah, it took a while. We got a lot of wood though. Got a lot of wood. Like multiple max stacks. I can't remember how much a max stack is. I think it was 999, but whatever it was, we had multiple of them. Hey, an epic Volky. We blamed Isabel for all the tree chopping. Well, she did make us chop all the trees. We wouldn't have chopped the trees if it wasn't for that. It was somewhat a good thing because it helped clear out a lot of our tree space. There was one point where our island was like 70% tree. I think I'm gonna have the same issue in Moonstone Island. Because I haven't seen it yet, so I'm actually not sure what the interaction is. But normally when it comes to farming simulator games, you want to do one of two things normally for balance. And I'm not sure this game did either. Oh gosh, don't give me that. You want to either make it so running on a crop, or even just walking on it, will damage the crop and eventually destroy it. Or make it so actual pathways make you move quicker. If you do neither of these two things, every single ground tile will become a farming patch. Because unlike in Stardew Valley, I believe every single possible ground tile that isn't like already occupied by like stone or something similar is a farmable spot. Which means instead of having pathways where you would maybe move a little bit quicker or some other mechanic, if that doesn't exist and the plants don't get damaged when you run, the meta is literally just make every tile a plant. And just put sprinklers near them or whatever system they have for auto-watering them. And literally just have, instead of having like wooden paths or stone paths or some kind of decorative path, you literally just have paths of plants. You just have plant roads. And then when they're ready to be harvested, you don't even need to go out of your way. It's already on the road to get to wherever you're going. The plant road meta. Which we're definitely going to be using a lot if they don't have either of those two mechanics. I actually don't know. But we'll find out. Start our plant road industry. One thing that's kind of interesting about that game that's actually kind of like Animal Crossing New Horizons is since there's like 100 different islands, it's very similar to the island system that was in Animal Crossing New Horizons, where you just randomly find random islands and you have no clue what's on them. Well, one benefit in this game is I think you can put a storage chest on them. I'm not sure if it stays there, but if it stays there between days, you could just set one there, deforest the entire location, And it just filled the bin, and it doesn't even take up any inventory. It doesn't over-encumber you. I don't think there's a weight system in that game, though, so you wouldn't necessarily need to worry about that, but there is still limited space. So you could just put a chest on every island, just use that for storage. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if they eventually get destroyed, in which case we should probably test that pretty early, just to make sure. So we don't lose 1 billion resources. But I really like gathering games like that. They're really fun to min-max. It's not always rewarding to in all of those games, but it's sure fun to mess around with it. I hope I get the crown bird and shiny. I'm not sure if I'll go for it or not. Because I did look up a couple of the things, and there is one other bird. It's a lot harder to get, though. I don't think Genki's seen it a single time. But I did... Oh, wait! I forgot to delay the thing! No! Oh, well. But there is another bird in that game, and I think that other bird is going to be way better. But it's way harder to get. Alright, let's just take this. There's the redeem code we handed out 15 minutes ago. Right before the Palooza. Okay, okay, let's go get our final count. This is basically our final count already. Let's see. Though I think I am going to run the 15-minute thingy, because we're going to be doing it anyway, so might as well just do it now, I guess. We'll be doing it in like an hour if I don't do it now anyway, so... Might as well just stream it. We're already here. So obviously we're down to 0 Palooza. And our numbers are 266 and 948. And that gets us to 66 there. And what was that number? 8. So that's a 6. Alright, there we go. And now if we add pity to it, that is completed. So if we go and claim all of our keys, 38. That now brings us to, if it'll ever load, that now brings us to 304. So counting pity, we are done. But we're not done. We're gonna go for 15 more minutes. Might as well use the XP booster. And that's 13 Paloozas. So yeah, it looks like it's been taking us 13 Paloozas lately. Pretty consistently, it's been about 13. So that's good to know for the future. It can take 14. But 13 is possible pretty often. Anyways, let's go end it with, I guess, the XP booster. Oh, wait. Did I get a Mimic? I need to go clear that Mimic first. Did I get a Mimic here? Yeah, we got another Mimic. Let's go clear the Mimic. After we clear this Mimic, we'll go use the 15-minute booster. And we'll probably end it there. Having completed our goal for the weekend. Alright, I'll take that over. Oh, not that one. Would it have killed us to get 3 more keys? Wait, we already have that many, though. We already have over 300. Wait, what number would it have been if we had 3 more keys? Oh, would it have been 69 or something? Alright, come on. 5 times Mimic. Alright. Oh, gosh, another dud. Another double guard. That's our second double guard just tonight. Alright, let me go change my team real quick. Standard dust level. And then we'll go run the XP thingy. See if we can get a good angel or merchant. And start up the timer for that. And that'll be the last thing we do tonight then. But any other questions or anything want me to go over to let me know? Otherwise, let's start up the booster. And this will be the last grind we do for tonight then. And that'll be every daily, weekly, monthly completed. Campaign 10 has been ended. We just finished a little video just kind of covering over it earlier. We just finished our 300 volt key grind during the stream. And yeah, that's everything completed then. Until next week. Come on, get 369? No. You know how much longer it would take to get 369? We'd have to find at least 2 more Paloozas, if not 3. Realistically, 3. We currently have 0, so 3 Paloozas could take at least 3 hours, if not 10 if we get unlucky. Can I send you a picture of the other bird? Sure. It's basically Knocked Owl, but way pinker. That's the only way I know how to describe it. It's basically Knocked Owl, you know, that one that has only 1 foot, or pretends to have 1 foot, but actually has 2 feet. It's basically that, but pink and white. Is the only way I know how to describe it. I'm not sure what shiny color it has, though. Assumably not pink and white. I feel like its shiny would replace the pink with yellow, like a golden yellow. I have no clue what shiny actually looks like, though. But yeah, Lester, we will be adding Noctowl to our final team. Because it will be one of the 3 we pick for our final team. I'm not sure what our full final team will be, but it's definitely one of the 3, I know that. He's basically the only bird in the game. Not a fan of their other bird. Also doesn't seem that useful, the other bird. As far as like what its mechanic is. What's the Knocked Owl's moveset, though? I have no clue. Though Psychic does seem to be one of the better typings in that game. Mostly because Psychic seems to play very similar to the Watcher from Slay to Spire. And the Watcher is arguably the strongest class in the entire game. And pretty much every Psychic type seems to pull from a set of cards that are basically just her. So it seems probably to be one of the stronger types. Which is kind of funny because Gen 1 Pokemon actually had Psychic as the strongest type by far. With things like Mew, Mewtwo, and Alakazam or whatever that guy was called. The 3rd evolution of Abra. Is it Alakazam? Yeah, it's Abra, Kadabra, then Alakazam, right? Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. But whatever the final version of Abra is. How'd you forget off the top of my head? I think it's Alakazam. But yeah, they were really broken in Gen 1. Alakazam, Mewtwo, and Mew. All Psychic types. Because Psychic didn't really have a counter until Dark types came in. Which I think was Gen 3? Oh, so hello, Samash. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Why don't you run your booster alongside the Palooza to save grind time? I was considering it. I didn't this time. I did on Friday. But the last 2 days, we've just been running them separately. That's because I was going to reverse farm some tonight anyways. So I figured I might as well just do it while doing this. And since we're already streaming, I figured I might as well just do it while we're streaming. So here we are using the 15-minute booster separately. Because I was going to do it anyways on what we're doing right now, just off stream, so... Since we're here, let's just do it now. It just gives us more chance to get verses. And I'm mostly just stockpiling them for next one at this point, of course. Like, if we get a verse right now, we're not going to use it. Saving them for our next Vault event if we do get any tonight. Well, the only reason you might not want to is you win slightly slower when doing a Palooza. Because you have to wait for all 4 of the animations of the gnomes to appear. Which makes you win like 10-20% slower or so. Like, for example, Dust Devil build will win only 5 times per minute instead of 6. Whereas right now we're winning 6 per minute. So it does slow you down ever so slightly. Because you have to wait for the 4 gnome animations to occur at the start of every fight. It's not that big a deal, but it does lower how much XP you get ever so slightly. Compared to if you did it separately. Is there a side? Yeah, that one, Moonstone Islands thing I keep talking about. They really didn't want to do ducks. I'm not, or not ducks, but birds for some reason. I don't know why. There's like 2 birds in the whole game. They did like a really weird roster of characters. Like out of any like Pokemon like I've ever seen, they chose some of the weirdest options I've ever seen in a Pokemon like game. Like their roster is so weird. Like it takes like the Gen like 6 approach where they like ran out of ideas. Because there's like so many random objects. Hey, Angel with purple. Like it reminds me of like Gen 6, Gen 7 Pokemon where they started to run out of ideas for Pokemon. But that's just like every single one that they have in this game for some reason. Like I think there's a car. And like a few other weird ones like that. I think the funniest weird one Pokemon has is a chain of keys. Like, it's literally just a pair of keys, but it's a Pokemon. The sad part is, it's actually somewhat meta. Depending on a given metagame at a given time, its moveset and abilities and typing is actually good. Which is kind of sad, that a pair of keys are sometimes viable. Hey, a verse. Wrong one, though. On classic Knocked Owl, you'd always use Hypnosis with Dream Eater. And always miss with it. Yeah, Hypnosis' accuracy is pretty low. Isn't it like 55%? Back to double stuffed Oreos. I haven't had Oreos in such a long time. I want to say 6 months. And the only reason I picked it up is when I was out of the thing, it was just like so absurdly cheap for some reason. Like I think it was like $1 something for like a whole case of them. Like normally they're almost like 4 something. Like 3 something, 4 something. But yeah, double stuffed are the only Oreos. I'm not even sure why they make anything else. Like, that should just be the default Oreo. Because normal Oreo... Like, after you have double stuff, the normal Oreo is just negative stuff. Like, double stuff is the default. If anything, we need triple stuff. Or, like, in between double stuff. Where it's like a double stuff, then a layer, then another double stuff. Because they don't make those. You can make it yourself, obviously, out of the double stuffs. But they don't sell that. Oh, it's easy enough to make it, obviously. But still. I'm surprised they haven't done that as like a promotional thing. Like a double-double. You know, like a double-decker double. Where it goes cookie, then double stuff, then cookie, then double stuff. Or sorry, it would be cookie, then double stuff, then cookie, then double... Oh, sorry, no. I keep saying it wrong. It'd be cookie, then double stuff, then cookie, then double stuff, then cookie. In that order. Is tomorrow a new campaign? No. I believe we still have a week off. I think. I actually have no clue, because isn't this actually the first time since the new system? I believe tomorrow we do not have a new campaign. I think they still have a 1-week buffer. It's one of the reasons why we have a world event. Actually, is world event just the in-between thing now? Kind of like how, I didn't even think about that. But our world event's basically the in-between event now, instead of, oh gosh, what do you even call that? Tower of Doom. It might be. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't believe we have a new campaign tomorrow. I think it still has the 1-week buffer. But it's actually the first time since they've changed the calendar that this has happened, so I'm actually not 100% sure. But I assume we still have a week buffer between campaigns, just to make sure that it doesn't glitch out or anything. They'd probably still retain the 1-week buffer period. Yeah, I don't think there are in-between events anymore. It just happened to be a world event this time. Oh, we'll find out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we still have a week buffer between campaigns, though, but we'll find out for sure tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll be in campaign 16. I'm pretty sure there's still 1 week in between, though. Though they theoretically would make more money if they got rid of the 1-week buffer. Because then you'd have to buy the campaign pass once every 10 weeks instead of once every 11 weeks. If they got rid of the week buffer. So they're actually monetarily incentivized to technically get rid of the 1-week buffer. But I think they might still keep it, just to make sure it runs smoothly from event to event. Or at least less worse than it already does. Saying that as if there's not already bugs like every month. Hey, another verse we don't need. At some point we'll find 3s. They're out there somewheres. My 3 luck has been really weird this weekend. Friday, average. Tuesday. Friday they were average. Saturday they didn't exist. And for whatever reason, Sunday morning, I got literally a billion. Like I was literally getting them back to back. I think one of the hours we ended up getting 4 because the back-to-back was during one of those hours, obviously. Like the 6 we needed for the stream, I think I got in like a 2-hour period. Compared to like the 2 that took us like 10 hours on Saturday. Because once I got the 6, I felt a lot less incentive to actually go for the Paloozas. Probably should have stole tonight though, just to get a little bit more. But once we got all we needed for that 300, it was like, yeah, we'll stop there for now. It's because I did so much on Saturday. It's like, yeah, take a bit of a break, sleeping a little. Anyways, guys, I think we're going to end it here for now. We have officially finished every daily, weekly, monthly. Campaign will be ending in 4 hours. New campaign will be probably 2 weeks from now. Not tomorrow, but probably next week's Monday. And yeah, we'll go from there. Tomorrow we'll cover the video going over all of the weekly things. We'll also have a little video going over the calendar as well. For any of you who want to know everything that's happening this whole month. Oh, there's the werewolf event for Halloween. 21 days, 4 hours. We're going over that in the calendar thingy. We already know. That's the, what, 23rd of October. We'll be getting that. Then on the 25th, we get the pet for 2023 Halloween. Then that Friday, we have Vault event. That's going to be a very busy week. Now, mark this week on your calendars because, gosh, it's going to be such a busy week. Like, every single thing's happening. Like, everything that's happening this month is happening that week, basically. This whole month is that week, basically. Like, every single thing of notice, like, really high relevance is that week. For the most part. Like, obviously, we still have the normal stuff on all the other weeks, but still. Like, most of the relevant things happening the whole month is on that week. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful start of your week. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2.5 hours prior to now tomorrow. Aside from that, we'll be doing, I don't know, what will we be doing tomorrow night? I guess we have World Event, so we'll be doing World Event, we'll be doing standard stuff, and, I don't know, is there anything to go over? We don't have a new campaign, so we won't have that. Yeah, tomorrow's actually gonna be pretty tame then. We basically just have World Event and just standard daily stuff. Because we don't even have any campaign tasks to go to. I do need to start stacking these XPs for soon, but we don't have to do that till Tuesday, so we don't need to do that tomorrow. We can just use the one we have tomorrow. But then every day after, we need to start stalling them for next week's Wednesday. And then we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. And see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.